Friday swung in with the goddamn blueprint. 360 mil left the competition in the shit. Superman coughed up a weak ass 125. While brand new day just wrecked the whole hive. Gun cocked the hammer, pulled it with pride. Click, jam, now the DCU's fried. Supergirl still sitting on the bench like what the fuck. Whole universe looking like it's out of luck. Spider-Man is the blueprint, you dumb asses. How you make a comic book movie that actually slaps. Superman and Supergirl sitting in tatters. James Gunn's gun jam, what a fucking disaster. Only hope left for the DCU is that rich emo bitch in the black and blue. Call it goddamn bat before you all die. Spider-Man's the blueprint. Cry about it, guys. 900 mil worldwide, pure uncut heat, while the other side still dragging their feet. One side got the formula locked and loaded, the other one staring at a future exploded. Spider-Man is the blueprint, you dumb asses. How you make a comic book movie that actually slaps. Superman, Supergirl, sitting in tatters. James Gunn's gun jam, what a fucking disaster. Only hope left for the DCU is that rich emo bitch in the black and blue. Call it goddamn that before you all die. Spider-Man's the blueprint. Cry about it, guys. Blueprint, motherfuckers. Call the bat. Call the bat.
Ooh, hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Wait, what the hell's going on here? Hold on a second. There we go. Now I'm on the right side.
Well, that seems kind of like, I don't know.
You were on the right side. You were on my side in my seat, bitch.
Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to be in your seat.
No, that was my fault. I added you first. I thought the system would recognize its master, but I guess not. Fuck. Oh, man. Spider-Man. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah. No
I've
shit.
been watching it again.
I've seen it 3 times.
Yeah, I've seen it about that many as well. It's out Friday. Caught an early show. I got home from work at 4:30 in the morning, and we saw a screening at 9:25 a.m.
I couldn't get tickets, and I told you where I'm at, we almost never sell out. And if I go into the city, St. Louis, Columbia, which is a college town, if I go to Kirksville, if I go cross the bridge in Illinois and go to Quincy or Peoria, it was sold out everywhere. But here, we usually don't run into that problem. Matter of fact, I've only ran into it twice, and it was both movies where I was like, really? Rise of Skywalker and Transformers 3. Like, what? Those are the two that I've only ever ran into that problem before where I couldn't get tickets. So I was like bummed because I couldn't get tickets. And
Well, I mean,
I never
argue-
do that stuff you guys do where you go pre-order them.
No,
Well,
I
my
didn't.
brother
pre-order
came
these
in
ones.
clutch, bro.
I didn't pre-order these ones because I was gonna go by myself and then I couldn't, and then my girlfriend's like, "Well, hey, why don't we take the girls to go see it?" And I'm like, I don't know. It's a PG-13, 2.5 hour long movie. How are they gonna handle it? They were fine. A couple moments where they got maybe a little bored because it's a good drama at times.
Well, it is, and there's some needed
moments.
dialogue in there. There is some needed dialogue.
Oh
in
yeah.
this
Oh,
one,
it's great. Yeah, it's a great movie.
But I couldn't get tickets, man. And my brother was like, "Let's go for a ride. I got a surprise for you." And so we busted out the motorcycles, because summer's halfway over now. And so we busted out the bikes and we went on what we call it the make and run, which is like a long way of turning a 30-mile drive into an 80-mile drive, but that's what you want to do when you're on a motorcycle. You know what I mean? So we take all the back roads and shit. And then we get into Macon. And he's like, look what I got. And he had 2 tickets for the Thursday night Spider-Man. And I was like, motherfucker, how'd you get these? You know what I mean? He was smart enough to pre-order knowing I want to go. You know,
Yeah, I mean, if you can, it's like you kind of have to. Like, I guess, you know, there's Doomsday tickets are available in some areas. They're not available in my area yet for pre-order, but I'm not even going to be in town when Doomsday comes out. I didn't even realize that. We're watching Spider-Man.
You going on another fucking cruise, Maddie? Where you going?
I am taking my family on a vacation. Yes, we're going to be going to Mexico.
Well, you got to understand my brother. He's not a superhero guy, man. He's just not. But you say Spider-Man, and this motherfucker will drop everything he's doing.
But like, no, like, dude, like we're going to be gone. Our cruise leaves December 19th. You know, and so it's
just gonna miss it, bro.
So my girlfriend's like, well, she's like, well, you know what we could do when we're in LA, because we're departing out of LA. She's like, we could just go see the movie there, and I'm going like, yeah, I'm.
Good luck getting tickets.
Good luck getting anything at this point.
In Los Angeles? Come on, man.
I know, right? Like, it might be a little easier. I mean, because it opens on the 18th, which means that it's going to have the early screenings on the 17th. So it's like, I might be able to make that work, you know, and then and go. But the thing is, like, we've been watching the Spider-Man movies in preparation for this one. And the thing I really enjoy about this Spider-Man movie, and going forward, there's going to be spoilers, so I don't even care. What I love is the opening credits. Did you notice the opening credits of the movie? The Marvel Studios logo, did you happen to notice it was changed?
I just noticed that it said Marvel Studios.
No, go back and watch it again, man. When when it opens, it says, like, it has Peter's script from No Way Home, where he's like, I need you to cast the spell or whatever it was, and Doctor Strange says, everybody will forget you even existed. And he says, I know, do it. And then it flashes where the Marvel Studios is. That usually shows the characters, like little moments from the movies. It's bits from all 3 other Spider-Man films with him and Ned and MJ, and he's being erased.
Oh no, I saw that. I thought you meant the logo was different.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool little detail.
Yeah, a lot of that was in the trailer too, man. That very last trailer they put out.
Was it?
I think it's funny that people are all fucking. It's actually Sony, blah blah blah. All I know is at the beginning of that motherfucker, I know Sony owns Spider-Man, and they're getting a lion's share of the money.
No, they're not. They're not getting the lion's share of the money. They're getting.
I thought they only get like 30%.
No. Like initially, like the way one of the reasons why back after Far From Home, the deal with Tom Holland fell through, and they said that they weren't going to do it anymore, was because the deal, like Marvel wanted more, like they wanted more of the money, because they were like they're like, we'll put up more of the budget, but we want a bigger back end deal. And Sony was like, no, right? And then like everyone got mad at Sony on that one, you know. And then Sony's like, all right, fine, we'll do it, because Marvel's, I forget the exact terminology of the deal, but like Marvel's putting up like a lot of the budget.
Yeah, and I knew they would, and I know that they got first. Didn't they get first heading for Marvel Studios? That showed up first.
No, Sony is first before Marvel. I think it's like Sony, Columbia, then Marvel in the opening of it.
No shit. I just know it said Marvel Studios, which means Marvel made the fucking movie.
Here's the true testament to this shit, right? So it's like everyone's like, oh man, look at all this money. Sony's making all this bank. Yeah. Who has the merchandising rights to Spider-Man? Marvel.
I thought they shared it.
No. This is really fascinating. This is entirely true, by the way. And it's so
you're talking all merchandising, toys, comics, the whole thing.
Check this out, right? So here's how the deal. And again, no one ever talks about this. This is why you need to listen to Hollywood After Dark. I know what the fuck is happening in Hollywood.
Yeah, you fucking losers.
Right, I love how I'm told.
Like, you don't know anything about anything. You just sit at home on your computer.
Like I haven't been reading about shit for fucking 30 years of my goddamn life. Anyway, because did you know that the deal that Marvel made with Sony when Sony acquired the rights to making the Spider-Man movies, is that they have to pay a licensing fee to Marvel every time they make a movie. They have to. It's not much. It's like maybe a million, million. It's a small number, right? It's a small number, smaller number, I should say. And so back in 2011, Bob Iger, you can go and look up the transcript from one of the, I think it was from one of the shareholder meetings in 2011. Bob Iger just lets it casually slip that he worked a deal with Sony to where they waived the fee to make a Spider-Man movie in exchange for the merchandising rights to Spider-Man. Sony doesn't get shit out of fucking Spider-Man merchandise rights. Nothing. They get nothing.
And everywhere you go, at least where I'm from,
And,
man.
yeah, and you see
Certain age
Spider-Man everywhere.
demographic,
Yeah.
all you see is Spider-Man shit.
Yeah, so Sony gets none of that. That was actually a big point of contention with Fox and Marvel, or Fox and Disney. So for a while there, because the whole point is that they would go and like there was a big point of contention with Marvel Comics, specifically like when Disney picked up Marvel Comics. And they were like, hey, Fox is making X-Men movies. And they're like, why don't you do like X-Men tie-ins with like the Marvel publishing? Why don't you do big Marvel X-Men comic events or Fantastic Four events or whatever events, right? Like start, pumping out merchandise. And they're like, we don't get any money from like the merch.
Yeah,
right?
so I wouldn't.
Like,
I wouldn't either.
So
When I'm not getting no money, fuck you.
We're like, no, we don't. Straight up, there's like, we don't get any money from this. So why would we do it? And it's like, that's fascinating. And so Sony they were in dire straits. You guys got to remember that Sony, like Sony was in the red pretty bad after 2016.
Yeah, well,
right?
Yeah, you know why, right?
Because Ghostbusters was a piece of shit.
Well, it wasn't just their studios. All of Sony was hurting because they had tried to put out all those new monitors and those new TVs, and they ended up being real sketchy. So they had to, they're from, and which is weird because usually Sony hardware, the TV I'm looking at you on right now, I have a big 65-inch Sony flat screen, and they usually are great with their tech and especially their hardware.
Yeah.
And for some reason, from like 2016 to 2018, it really dipped for some reason, and a lot of it had to do with the hardware wasn't working right. Apple was taking over. And Sony's always had their fingers in multiple different pies. Yeah, do they have their own smartphone? Is there a Sony phone?
Yeah, there's a Sony. There was a Sony phone, I believe.
Yeah, because I just wonder why they ain't got their finger in that pie.
Well, do you know one of their biggest markets, one of their biggest money makers is actually insurance in Japan.
No, I did not know that.
Sony has their fingers in a ton of different pies, right?
So Sony over there is our Disney over here.
Yeah. Sony fingers a lot of things.
That's crazy.
If they can make money out of it, they would finger it. I mean, even like Donovan's mom, if they could make money off of
Donovan's mom. Wow. Wow.
No, I'm sorry.
I like the thumbnail. Like as I was getting all my shit.
Oh, dude, he's still bitching about me. He literally.
I was getting all my shit ready. I'm like, oh, that's a really good thumbnail. And then I saw Superman at the bottom crying. And I was like, oh, he took a shot.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. This is from like just fucking 2 minutes ago. I just checked it real quick. I like to troll him. I literally added Superman in the bottom there just to piss him off. Because earlier I was over on Slav's Free Talk, right? He was streaming and I was in the chat. And Donovan just starts going off, right? And then this is so funny too, by the way. Slav basically like calls out Donovan for being a toxic fan. And then Donovan
he's absolutely.
And he just goes silent. Yeah. No, he just goes silent for like 20 minutes because he left the chat. And then he waits a little bit and he comes back and then like starts talking again and gets made fun of again. And then he leaves, right? It's like, this is the kind of guy who, has a really hardcore kink fetish. Cause I made a joke that like, he doesn't have a father that loves him. And then he in the chat today was like, and I have a faith that loves me. And I'm like, a faith? Oh, he must mean father, because like he obsesses over everything that I say. So I say extreme things to piss him off.
Yeah,
I added
can't believe he doesn't get it
in the corner to piss him off.
Yeah, I can't believe he doesn't get it. And I used to really like Donovan, and I didn't even know he was autistic and that stuff. He just started going in on me one day, berating the fuck out of me for coming on your streams and AI, like spamming me, bro.
Right? Here's the thing with Donovan. The people that like he would normally like run to on his Twitter, like have been calling him out for just being insane. because they'll be like, because like, Spider-Man does well, everyone's gonna look at DC and be like, yo, it's hard to look at the success of Spider-Man having the biggest opening weekend of all fucking time for like the 4th solo Tom Holland Spider-Man movie.
That's what that I talked to you about this. I had to shoot you a message. I'm fascinated by that, but go ahead, keep talking about Donovan. It's funny,
right? No, but it's like you got all that, and then a fucking month ago, Supergirl opens up and hasn't even broached $130 million worldwide.
No, Spider-Man came out in the first weekend and killed both of them. No, I haven't seen Supergirl yet, but I was okay. I enjoyed Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I'm not a Superman hater anymore, and I used to be a big time Superman hater.
I'm not even a hater. I like to point out the fact that there's like the character is got some issues and whatnot. But whatever, those are my personal opinions. But I've repeatedly said I like the movie. I thought Supergirl was good. I think Lanterns is going to be good. I'm excited to see what they do, but they need to hurry the fuck up. And the fact that they're not meeting Marvel where Marvel is at is the biggest problem in my opinion.
I think a lot of it is to do with. I'm gonna be honest, man. I think that look, guys, guns never let me down. Okay, but there's a lot of people that feel like he has let them down, and they're hit and miss, Maddie. Okay, Peacemaker season 1, phenomenal. Peacemaker season 2, I enjoyed, but for some reason the ratings tanked.
Well, I think because it was shoehorned in to what came before, even though they altered it. It was still shoehorned in to what came before.
Yeah. And they can say Marvel's like coming out, oh, it's just formulaic dog shit over and over. Yeah, but at least they're pumping out formulaic dog shit. DC, like Matt Reeves, you think Matt Reeves pulled back because, oh, it's not my vision yet? No, I know exactly why Matt Reeves said we're going to set this back a little bit. You know why?
Well, it's a family thing. I mean, there's been rumors about the reasoning why stuff got delayed. It has to do, like, again, the rumors I have heard, and I have no idea if this is true or not, but what I have heard is that there is potentially like either is like a divorce or like his son got sick. Those are the rumors that I've seen going around. Either one can cause a problem. Like, for example,
especially with DC, because they'll just bring in Joss Whedon to finish it for you. Yeah.
Well, not directly, but I have a feeling Joss Whedon's doing a ton of cleanup work these days. But I think a part of it is that when it comes to DC, it's like, what do you have that's going to compete with the likes of Marvel, right? Like
Batman,
Marvel was it's Batman and it's Wonder Woman. I would argue those two.
Yeah, you could probably do something. I don't know. Wonder Woman 84 left a bad taste in
Well, here's the thing. Gal Gadot can't come back. As much as I would like her to, she can't come back. Okay? It's like, here's a beautiful thing. Right? Wonder Woman 84, terrible fucking film. Okay?
Great soundtrack, terrible movie.
there's what soundtrack? There was no 80s music in the soundtrack. There was literally no 80s music in that movie at all. There was Orgy's Blue Monday in the trailer. That was it. How do you fucking set a movie in 1984 and not
use
have
your biggest weapon? 80s
your biggest
music.
weapon is nostalgic music.
Yeah, your nostalgia 80s music. I thought they had like a soundtrack with the score and like Blue Monday, Blondie. I thought that was all on there. No, Blondie was Supergirl. What am I thinking? Yeah, that was Supergirl.
And that wasn't even used in the movie either. Someone edited it into the final like there's a needle drop at the end of Supergirl. And it's like a weird. I like the song. I do. I enjoy the original version of the song.
Yeah, Call Me's great, but
no. In the fucking in Supergirl, the needle drop moment is a folk music version of The Middle by Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It just takes some time.
Yeah. But it's a moment where she's like fucking everybody up.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Weird. It's weird. I'm not saying it's the worst. Like it's some lady, right? And it starts, she's like, so it's Ruthie, she's watching Supergirl like, fight all these bad guys through the clouds basically of smoke. And then it slows down and then you hear like, hey, it's all the same, right? Only in your head you feel left out.
I don't know, man.
Right? It's be your best. And it's just like, it's like the lead up to the chorus. And you're going like, okay, but what is the point of the song, The Middle, right? The point of that song is that it's a person who is basically telling people, don't feel bad if someone says you're not punk rock enough. That is the point of
That's
the
basically
song.
the whole message
The
of that
middle.
song. Yeah.
It's a great track. I fucking love that song. But it's like, what does that have to do with this? Nothing. Nothing, right? Because it's not about Ruthie staying true to herself as she's watching Supergirl fuck up, or is it about Supergirl staying true to herself by killing a whole bunch of dudes? You know what I mean? Like, what is the message of this movie? That's why, like, it fundamentally fails on so many levels because of that. And there is no real needle drop in Spider-Man. They got great
Oh,
dramatic.
no, there is one. No, there is one. It's at the beginning though. It's on the front end.
Oh yeah.
TV on the radio.
Yeah,
TV on the radio. Bro, that's a great fucking song. When they were using that while he's fighting all the villains, I was like, dude, that's a great moment. But it's
what I
front
like
end
is
movie.
that during that montage, it's also like tons of iconic Spider-Man covers that they are paying.
Yeah,
homage.
they mimicked so many comic book covers, bro, with that. Like the one where now, one thing I don't know a shitload about Spider-Man. Like other people do in comics. Everyone was yelling because Tombstone wasn't in it enough. I'm like, who the fuck is Tombstone?
Well, the guy who played Tombstone in the movie, he was the big blonde, bleach-haired blonde guy that got stuck to the wall in the very beginning.
Oh, that was holding Peter by his throat.
Yeah.
It was like, what would happen if I drop you? I don't know. Drop me and find out.
the guy who here's a little deeper Easter egg for you. The guy who played Tombstone also voiced Tombstone in Into the Spider-Verse. So
I love both of those so much.
Right. And then like Michael Mando is fucking Scorpion. He was great. We got the full Scorpion suit. We got the whole, like, you know, I mean, I would have loved it if they would have found a way to keep Jonah Jameson in the movie.
I don't know why.
Like, it's like, because there's a question of how does Peter make the money that he has in order to live there, right? And the idea there now is like from 20 years ago, there's a bunch of gig work he can do. You know, is it possible Tony Stark had a Spider-Man fund that he has access to?
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard
right.
that,
There's different
theory.
theories. I think the best theory that I heard, and they should have actually incorporated this from the comics, would be he makes that money by selling those. He takes photographs of himself fighting those bad guys. That's what those shots were, right? And he sells them to J. Jonah Jameson, and that's how he makes his money. Is by selling the photos of himself fighting the bad guys and selling it to JJ, which is what he was doing in the Spider, which is what he was doing before.
It was weird not having, because I think this would be the first Spider-Man movie. I don't think he was in either the Andrew Garfield ones, but this would be like the first. He was in all three Tobys, you know, and then he's been in all the Tom Holland ones. And this is the first time I haven't seen him.
He wasn't in the first one. He was only in the second and third.
They didn't have.
He wasn't.
The first one was the one with Iron Man and the
he wasn't
Long
in
Island Ferry and shit. Yeah,
he wasn't in that one. Staten Island Ferry.
No, that was the long. Okay, you might be right. There's two ferries though. I lived there for a couple years. There are two. That might have been the Staten Island. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one is Staten Island.
They don't call it the Staten Island Ferry anymore. Like a lot of people.
No, do you know who owns it?
They call it the Wu-Tang Ferry.
Yeah, but you know who owns it?
No,
Pete Davidson and Colin Jost from SNL.
Oh, that's awesome. I think Pete's funny. Everybody
and they do, but they get fucking mogged on all the time because they haven't done shit with it. Like even Colin Jost will make fun of himself about it on SNL. Like,
yeah, he's funny too. They're both funny. Yeah,
like buying it. You know, I bought a ferry or made bad choices with my money.
They shit talk their own city. That's when I think that's funny shit.
It's not hard to shit talk Staten Island or
no,
Long
it's
Island,
not. It's not.
You know?
It's not.
But one of the other things that I thought was just to kind of go back to the stuff with Spider-Man is you know, I feel like they really kind of got the details right in this one. So like when he goes to go speak with Yelena Belova, which I thought I didn't know she was in the movie.
Fucking good. I didn't know she was in it either.
And I saw she was at the premiere, and I was like, oh, maybe she's got a cameo or something. But
anybody in the chat has not seen this movie.
I have said the spoilers.
And don't want to get it spoiled. You know, just
there's really
just
nothing.
saying.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. There's really nothing in this movie that I would say gets spoiled.
I didn't know who the villain was. I went into this motherfucker completely blind. When I found out who the villain was, I had a theory because they brought in Max from Stranger Things. I always forget her name. And I was like, okay, red hair. This has got to be, you know, this has got to be Jean Grey, but I don't think it is. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be somebody else. And then I thought, okay, maybe it's going to be a montage of a bunch of villains. But it, you know, it ended up, like you said, the Yelena thing. And then I don't know. It was for me, I was like, holy shit. You know, it's when I saw them, when they finally show her face, I was like, no. They didn't.
Well, I thought it was.
Too blind, bro.
I thought it was great because she was always blonde. Her hair was just usually wet. What I thought, but what was funny though is as I found this out, Brighton Beach, which is right next to Coney Island, has a very, very, very large Russian population there, Russian immigrant population. So her being in a bathhouse was actually like pretty on point for that area.
It was funny because later on, wow, that really is your office.
Yeah.
This really is your office.
This is small potatoes.
Small potatoes. I work with big potatoes, and I'm like, okay, I get it, but if anybody thinks Jean Grey is small potatoes,
well, I mean, the idea there is that they don't know.
They don't know how strong she is. Yeah, because it's young Jean Grey. Yeah,
and arguably stronger than her sister. I mean, because there's a part of the movie.
Fascinated by how much money it made, Matt. Like, it blows me away that don't get me wrong. I knew it was going to be big, but this is fucking huge.
This is huge. So I'm watching the movie, right? And I'm watching it on Friday, and I'm just loving it, right? I'm like, man, we got Punisher, we got Smart Hulk, kind of. We got Full Hulk, complete with like
Rage Hulk. We got Rage Hulk, yeah,
with the floor slam, the ground pound.
Oh my god, he did the same thing to Loki. I'm just like, how's Peter gonna get up from this, man? He fucked him up
when he slams the ground.
Yeah, and does the big crack all the way through. And we got the thunderclap too.
And we got the thunderclap too.
Yeah.
So it's like we got signature Hulk moves, right? And then there's a whole part I love there, like right when Punisher comes on in, and it's just like, whoa, and then he's shooting at him, and then Peter's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I came here to help you." He's like, "Dude, this is way above your pay grade.
Yeah,
we're fighting
way above your pay. You're just pissing him off. Stop shooting him." When he told him stop shooting him, you're just pissing him off.
But I love it. I fucking love it because he turns. He's like, "We're fighting the Hulk."
Yeah, like you know what I mean?
Oh,
like, dude, like fuck, dude. And he's like, you don't understand, man. Like this guy could level New York if he wants to. Like the more you keep him mad, like you don't understand, dude.
What's great about that scene is that what I loved about that, a couple different things. One, it showed a weakness of Jean Grey in the moment. That because you think about it, like she's got control of the Hulk, right? But he hasn't gone full rage mode. He's still smart Professor Hulk at that point. Okay. And so then, the Punisher throws that pulse grenade. And then the pulse grenade, he catches it and he's all like, "What are you going to do with this?" Right? And he shoots it and it explodes and he hits his head on the ground and that severs the connection. But it's like a blunt jolt severing of the connection. So that's when the inhibitor is broken and Bruce is like, the other guy is coming because there's been
get the fuck out of here.
Right?
The other guy's coming.
And then just the fact that I love that line. It's just like, I didn't know you could get that big.
Yeah, even Peter was like, holy shit, dude. Because they've never really, people haven't really seen him rage like that since the first Avengers movie.
No, they haven't.
Talk about Hulk. And
and that was great. Like, just with the little bit we got was awesome. The little bit we got with Punisher was great. I think John Bernthal and Tom Holland, they've been friends for years, by the way, right? Tom Holland actually had said that he was reading for Spider-Man and John Bernthal was his scene partner. This is from like 10 years ago. They've known each other.
It's been 10 years since we got this Spider-Man.
Well, not only that, do you know what else came out? Not only did we get Civil War in 2016 giving us Spider-Man, there was another thing that came out in 2016 that gave us the Punisher. That was Daredevil season.
Daredevil, yeah.
And then the Punisher, the version of Punisher in that season was very much modeled after Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver. And so that's the kind of version that John Bernthal brought to the table. But again, those conversations between Matt Murdock and Frank Castle on the rooftop and in the cemetery in that season were god tier.
Amazing when they were arguing on the rooftop, especially.
Yeah, and then hear what you get. So here's the other thing about this that I really enjoyed. In Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, Peter was looking for a father figure, right? Whether it was Tony Stark, Mysterio, or it was Doctor Strange. If you look at those three films, each one of those, he's looking for a father figure because Uncle Ben is gone. He doesn't have one, right? And Tony was literally the closest thing he had to a father because Tony literally invented time travel in order to go back and save Peter.
That's what pushed the line. Yeah, he cared about everybody, but losing Peter, losing Peter was what pushed him to the edge. That's why he went to Pepper and was like, I think I can do this, And when she's
Yeah.
like, would you be able to rest if you didn't? She's talking about him. She's talking about
Yeah.
Peter.
Well,
That
there's
was a
the
loss
whole
for
thing
him.
where he's sitting there like in Endgame and he's washing dishes and he just looks over on the mantle right
And
on the
there's
shelf
there,
there.
yeah, there he
There's
is.
a picture of him and Peter from like Homecoming, and then you can just see that. And again, now he's a father, right? His daughter's 5 years old. He's a dad, and he's like looking at that and he's like, because he's like, okay, I figured it out like in one night. And because that's Tony Stark when he's rocking it. And then never mind that, but we also got the full arc with John Slattery, who played his dad in Iron Man 2, popping up in Endgame to give us
I love that he got that closure.
Got that closure. Well, that's the thing about Endgame. Not only that, but Thor got his closure with the death of his mom, Freya. So we get all of these arcs with all of this closure in Endgame. Like, I don't get when people say like these movies are poorly written. I'm like, bitch, you're not fucking watching.
Yeah, you're not watching, and you don't know how to feel. Obviously, you want to go in there and mark all your check marks, Grace. You want to go in there and mark all your check marks, Ryan Cannell. You just have a bunch of boxes you want to check. Was the lighting good? Was it this? Was that? And then you just want to shit talk, even though but I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about this movie. I mean, it has problems.
There's been some complaints, but I think it's like, there's some that like, again, like how does Peter afford it? I think that's kind of nominal.
Little things like that.
Like,
but there's if you were going to rank it, what would you rank it?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
A solid 9.5.
Yeah, this is a solid 9.
Dude, I saw it on Friday. I get home, I take a nap, right? I get up to go to work. I check the interwebs and I get sent a message like, hey, here's Spider-Man. And I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. I'll see how the quality is, kind of curious. I'm always curious how these cams come out, right?
Yeah, really? You mentioned it by Pearl? Nice.
Motherfucker. This is like, I'm not saying pristine because it's not pristine. Audio is good. Visuals are clean. One of the best cams I've ever seen ever. Like I said, we rewatched it tonight over dinner.
Nice.
There's a reason why I'm streaming a little bit later. I was watching the movie again. Now, and I know people, you gotta give him money. For one, it's already sold out everywhere. Two, I'm already buying the goddamn thing on fucking physical when it comes out.
3, it got my money 3 times.
It's already got my money. I already dropped like fucking.
I went with my brother Jeff. Then my daughter wanted to see it because she's a huge Spider-Man fan. So I went and watched it with my daughter and her friends, which is always uncomfortable.
No, see, hold up. I gotta call it fourth here. Dude, come on, man. For one, that's bullshit, right? That's absolute bullshit. These movies are poorly simple. The presentation is done in a way that is meant to be as effective with the general audience as humanly possible. But it's once you pull back a layer, or you just start paying attention.
Not only that, you get the continuation of the story. That's always the most important part, is it not? Like,
no, but it's like Fourth will go out there and he'll defend like Backrooms. Like what that ending was shit. That ending was fucking garbage.
Fight.
No, I like Fourth. But it's like,
I love him too, but his taste in movies is dog shit.
Well, look, you can like what you like. I don't think these movies are made for mass market entertainment. Yes, they are. Absolutely. There's no denying that.
And there is a formula to them, of course. But comic books have been around for like 100 years, and there's a formula to them too. That's all. You think there wasn't a formula to the Lord of the Rings novels?
I mean, that's kind of where like the hero's journey kind of not originated, but a lot of it kind of came from there, And so yes, we have formulas that we, you could say algorithms that we follow, that all storytelling is, right? We do operate, generally speaking, on a 3-act structure. Some movies will dabble in the 4-act. Some have gone into 5th acts, depending on how they're kind of structured, right? But we do generally tend to operate in the beginning, the middle, and the end. So if by that logic, everything is simply poorly put together, because
you realize that we've been living Maddie, it's just gonna blow people's minds, but we've been living our whole lives with only 3 flavors. You know that, right? Salt, sweet, sour. That's it. Name another flavor.
Surprisingly, cum can be all 3.
Name another flavor. We just figure out a way to mix those flavors into everything. We could have salt and no, there's 4: salt, sweet, sour, hot, spicy. So you can mix all 4 of those together. But we've been mixing the same 4 flavors together our whole lives, guys.
Well,
I
it's
think our brains are meant to be simple
dude,
and
like
intellectual at the same time.
My daughter likes to mix root beer with Sprite, and it's a very interesting combination. Not terrible.
You're in the Pacific Northwest. How many times have you had an Italian soda or a dirty soda?
I've had Italian. Italian soda is just
People
it's
would be like, wait a minute, you're going to take Sprite and whatever flavor syrup and then make a soda out of that and then pour half and half in it or milk? Yep. You know what I mean? Like, people love that shit.
I do think that, you know, you can sit there with Marvel and you can look at the characterizations, you can look at the story arcs of the characters, and you can start to find a lot of a lot of layered, not only like there's nuance, there's performance, there's the character arc themselves. I mean, some things are
Your
simpler
action
than others,
scenes,
but,
like,
look
how
at-
good
look
were
at
those
Thunderbolts,
action
right?
scenes, bro?
The action scenes are
Like,
great. But it's like, look
really?
at Thunderbolts, right?
That
Thunderbolts
fight
had-
with the hand, bro.
that was great. That was really well done. But I'm saying it's like, if you look at Thunderbolts, was all about like finding value in yourself, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, and also like the found family thing, and that you can't do it alone. And this movie kind of continued those themes relatively well, you know, about Spider-Man trying to find out who he is and everything else. And so I feel like, again, just to say that it's like, it's a fucking simple fucking construct, I think it's completely disingenuous.
There was only one
And-
part that fucked me up. I told you about it, right? The
Uh,
one part that I went, what? We just, the whole, you know, and I haven't watched anybody's reviews on these, so I don't know if anybody else is saying it, but Peter wanting to do the right thing, I love. I love that he always wants to do the right thing. I love that he was willing to make that sacrifice for someone who was trying to kill him and then tormented him on a rooftop by pretending to be MJ, like all that shit. And he was still like, I'm gonna find the good in this bitch. But all that, you're not a killer. Motherfucker, she's been killing people through the whole fucking movie. What are you talking about? She's not a killer.
necessarily. Now she's been injuring people, sure.
Bro, she jumped in front of a car in a complete stranger's body. A taxi.
Yeah, but
Blam.
but to be fair, I did watch the behind the scenes of that, and I saw that guy happened to land on a mat and stood up afterwards, so he's fine.
Okay, well, as long as, yeah, you know, ain't nothing real in Hollywood but the
Well,
paycheck and the
that scene
script.
was a little bit weird because it was like, don't like Spider-Man should have done something right in that moment, but it's also like he was
He
under
was
a
so
lot
in
of
shock,
duress.
you know.
He was
like,
under a
he was
lot
just-
of duress. Yeah, he didn't really know.
his body
what-
was changing. I love it when he went into Uber Super Saiyan Spider-Man. That was dope. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but when his eyes went cold black
Yeah, well,
and
it's
he
I mean,
just started
obviously,
fucking shit up, I was like, dude, I'd put him against Thanos in that moment, like straight
well,
up.
I think the thing to consider with that in that regard is when you've got a character like, you know, because again, like there's that whole sequence where he's like watching that spider documentary narrated by Keith David, by the way,
David.
you know, and it's all like talking about like spiders go through three transformations in their life, the most extreme being their transition into adulthood as they molt into a new skin, right? And like that's essentially what he's going through. He's going through molting. He's shedding his old skin, getting his new skin, you know. And like again, the metaphor, okay,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
it
metaphor.
works. It works
Yeah.
in this regard. Now, what I find to be really funny though is that like the way the movie ends is like he still has the organic web shooter. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm
don't
wondering
know.
if that's ever gonna go away.
I'm with you like that. I'm with you. I think that what they should do is, because it's so much, guys. You haven't, for those who haven't seen the movie, it's so much like when Bruce doesn't want to turn into the Hulk. Spider-Man doesn't want to lose his temper and let that. That's why he's making the inhibitor. It was for him. It wasn't to be weaponized against other mutants or what do they call them? These in Marvel, what do they call them?
The Inhumans?
I can't remember. I know it was at the beginning of Age of Ultron. They call enhanced.
Oh,
Yeah.
Enhanced, yeah.
And he made it for him. It wasn't supposed to be weaponized by that fucking corporation or whatever, but it's him like not trying to lose his temper because he's hulking out. You don't know it, but he's blacking out and he's fucking hurting people. Like the only thing going through this motherfucker's mind is I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. That's the only thing going through Peter. And I really dug that, man. I was like, oh shit, we got us raging out Spider-Man, but he still wants to come back and be himself, man. Like that's, I don't know.
Well, I think one thing to consider though about this movie, and this is what I've seen a lot of like post reports talking about, is that it's a continuation of not only like Peter's journey as Spider-Man, but you have Ned and MJ as well, right? His friends.
Yeah,
And
it took me the third view, Maddie, to catch that ending. It took third, and Bourdain had to tell me. They do
of
that
of him coming to terms or
when
him.
no, Ned.
Yeah.
They he introduces himself and
And that's also how
they do the
Hulk
handshake,
remembered.
and then Ned remembered him.
Yeah, but also keep in mind that's also how Hulk remembered him too. Dr. Banner, it's me, Peter.
I'm your
Right?
friend.
It's Peter, I'm your friend.
Yeah.
Now I will say there is a logic flaw with that, right? Because at the end of No Way Home, he does introduce himself to MJ as Peter Parker when he goes into the coffee shop. So they definitely skirted around that a little
I don't know
bit.
if they dropped the ball. If she just,
But
you're in New York and then working at a coffee shop, you're going to meet 100,000 people a year.
well, it's also it could be whatever reason. I have no idea why, but it's like, there was clearly a connection that he made. But at the end of the movie, it shows her sitting on the same roof of the high school, and she's sitting there and she's holding that little black jewel that he gave her in Far From Home, right? That little necklace.
Oh yeah, when they were in Paris or Italy or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Whatever. But also I was rewatching the end of No Way Home, and because like I said, my girlfriend's been on a Spider-Man streak, so she's been watching all of them. But when he says goodbye, she is wearing that in that scene as well.
Yeah, I think.
So-
Well, but is that because she? Because I was like, wait a minute, how the fuck did Jean find out? And it took me a minute. Oh yeah, she found the letter. And MJ found the letter, and it didn't jog her memory, but
But
she
he
now
also
knows they used to have a past.
But he also didn't introduce himself.
He kept giving them different names. He was Ned, then
He was Maynard. He was Ned.
Maynard was the funny one.
Yeah, Maynard nerd, right? Like, then you've got MJ's got the boyfriend, and obviously she's not really vibing on that guy.
Flash. Oh my god, that was
It wasn't Flash.
That wasn't Flash.
That wasn't Flash. That wasn't Flash.
Okay, it looked like him. I was like,
Because
oh
it
my
wasn't
God.
Flash. It looked like the guy who played Ezra Bridger in the Ahsoka show. But I don't know if it's that guy or not. But what guy? Because remember when they're in the room and Ned says, I got two prime suspects, and he lifts the Spider-Man image and it's Flash and the teacher.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you knew them, this would be funny. And then like Peter trying to stifle a laugh. Right. So like I like that they played up the old stuff. They played up a lot of that. I love at the very end, I love when they're making the Legos. Right. And then he's all like, oh, like, well, what kind of fluid is it? Like, it's Nomax or yeah. It's like, he goes, oh, it's Nomax or it's Kevlar. And then he goes like, yeah,
Close,
right.
close. That was one of my favorite scenes in the movie, Maddie, when they're just sitting around building Lego X-Wings.
Yeah, well,
Like,
that
was so good, man.
Oh, but hold on. I have another theory about the spell, and it ties into this scene. So what happens right then, right? He goes, is it Nomax or Kevlar? And he goes, and Spider-Man goes, right, raises his arms. And then Ned sits back and goes, all right, then keep your secrets. Quoting Frodo from Lord of the Rings, and then cuts
he does
right
the
back to Frodo
line.
He goes, if you're referencing like the dragon, I was barely involved, and then cuts back to Ned and he goes, I simply just nudged your uncle out the door, and it's like, okay, great, right? So now we got a Lord of the Rings reference, okay, and that got me thinking. That started jogging my noggin a little bit, because I'm thinking like if Peter introduces himself as friend, essentially. And that's what jogs the memory. When they entered the mines of Moria, what was the riddle to get into the mines of Moria?
Fuck, I don't even remember, bro. You're
Speak friend to enter. So then Frodo asks,
okay, that's
well,
pretty. That's
friend in
actually
Elvish?
That's pretty good Easter egg, bro.
Right.
I'm a nerd.
Idea.
You're a fucking power nerd, bro. There's no way I would remember that shit.
I don't fucking know if that's even true, but I'm sitting there going like, my headcanon is that's a deep fucking cut. Because like they reference a great moment from Lord of the Rings, right? That's like total Easter egg thing, right? And then it's like he says, I'm Dr. Banner, it's Peter, I'm your friend. Okay. And then in my brain's going like, what could potentially be some kind of clue that would connect it? And then I'm like, oh yeah, the mines of Moria, speak friend to enter.
Well, he said at the end of No Way Home, I will find you, I will make you remember.
Yeah, and then and then she
and
says
I didn't think about it spherical, but you're right. MJ was the only one crying at the end of that movie.
Ned was upset too. But she's a
they
but
cut to a
Zendaya's a
scene of
better
her
actor.
crying
But
as
Zen-
the
but it's yeah, they do that because it was also like the lost love sort of situation, right? And Zendaya is a better actor than Jacob Batalon. Not that
Zendaya's a better actress than a lot of people give her credit for. That girl has range, man. You know, I
Yeah.
can't believe she started out on that stupid Disney dance show with
Oh my
What's-Her-Name.
God, fucking Jesus Christ! It's okay, fine. Speak friend to end enter whatever. It's still speak friend in Elvish. You gatekeeping whore. The fuck. And that wasn't Flash that she was dating. It was Flash on the wall. It looked like Flash. It wasn't Flash.
You can't be anal retentive if you don't have an anal.
You can't be anal retentive if you don't have an anus.
Anus.
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
So 1 week left on Earth. What are we gonna do? Well, if I had a dick, I'd go get laid. So let's do the next best thing. Oh, what's
Kill
that?
people.
Let's kill people.
Kill people.
Oh, not you.
That's such a great movie, dude. Oh my God.
Fucking never a bad time for a dogma quote.
I remember my parents, like, I was early when that came out. I was still in my 20s, man. And I remember my parents were like, they were mad about it. And I'm like, you guys never get mad about anything. What the fuck are you mad about? They felt like Kevin Smith was, is this the guy you like? That Clerks fucking guy, black and white guy, a fucking still probably in debt. And I'm like, Dad, what are you mad about? You're gonna go see that, ain't you? And I'm like, yeah, it's a Kevin Smith movie. Of course I'm gonna go see it. You know, and it's got Matt Damon and fucking Ben Affleck, dude. You were the bomb in Phantoms, Ben Affleck. I don't know if you know that or not, but and my parents were like really, and then I saw that a lot of people were really up and on. I don't feel like they had, at the beginning says Jesus has a sense of humor too.
Well, you know, Ashley, one of the things Kevin Smith said at the screening I went to last year, and it really made a lot of sense. And there's a line about it in the movie where Bethany says, you know, Christians celebrate their faith while Catholics mourn it.
That's very, very true.
And that is ultimately, believe it or not, that is the ultimate ethos.
And we have a lot of rules we have to follow, whereas like a lot of other people don't. Now, I stopped following a long time ago, and just I was raised Catholic my whole life, and I guess I'm pretty much, yeah, I'm Roman Catholic pretty much, but like I decided to just, if I'm going to be religious, I'm going to go the Christian route, because organized religion is bullshit, and if I want to talk to God, I shouldn't have to go to a priest or a nun, you know. And if I'm in trouble, I shouldn't have to say this many Hail Marys. It's just dumb. I love Spiritual's comment. Of all the comments, Matt catches that one. I always try to talk to you and pay attention to the audience, but I know it's hard for you because you're trying to make points. And
I'm trying to make points, and then it's like, I got one word wrong, and then Spherical Man's like, nah, let me put my glasses on.
I can just picture him pushing up. I can just picture Spherical right now with his finger on his nose, pushing his glasses
I
up as
can't
he
get
said
bigger.
that.
If I could zoom in bigger to his picture, he's like the human equivalent of comic book guy.
Wow.
Anyway.
Why it did? I got a question. I don't know, for the people that have seen it. We can talk about the Star Wars movie because I love talking movies with Maddie. It's like it really is, Maddie. It's one of my favorite things, bro. But why did this movie make so much money? It's the fourth installment, and it didn't even make like, I mean, it surpassed Avengers money, Avengers Endgame money, biggest opening weekend domestically in history. How does a fourth movie in a franchise do that when you and me, you're right, there was a character arc, so I won't call them glorified cameos. Yelena was more of a glorified cameo.
Yelena was a glorified cameo.
Frank played a part. Hulk played a part. Okay, even Jean Grey played a part. But when he's stretching, oh, we're gonna fight. Okay, guys, hold on. You guys stretch. So good. That is my Peter Parker, bro. That is my fucking Spider-Man. But why did it make so much fucking money, bro? Because this is a standalone Spider-Man movie. He never left New York City. He didn't go on some spaceship to fight Thanos or some other planet. He stayed right there in fucking New York, bro. It's a standalone Spider-Man movie, and I think that's why it made so much money.
Well, I mean, okay, so like, I don't know if I mentioned this. I mentioned this to somebody. I don't know if I mentioned this. Where the fuck was I today? I mentioned this to somebody. Maybe I said it to myself. I don't remember. But
A good 300 or 400 million of that, though, guys. Honestly, I think it's because you land us in a hot tub.
Chris. When did the first Spider-Man movie come out?
First ever? 2002.
Okay. What happened about 9 months before Spider-Man came out?
The Twin Towers.
Yep. So Spider-Man, based in New York City. Okay. Underdog.
I almost
hero.
said some shit that would have got you in trouble. I'm gonna leave politics out of it. I'm gonna shut up. You go. Shut me down, Maddie, right now.
I don't even know what the fuck you're gonna say. This gonna be
I
so
was gonna
bad.
say some foul shit that people would have seen wrong, so I'm not gonna say it.
What, Jews did 9/11? Is that
No,
what you're
I wasn't
saying?
gonna say Jews did 9/11. I was gonna say
Well, you
25
just
years
said
ago.
Jews did 9/11.
25 years ago, 25 years ago, okay, extreme Muslims, not all Muslims, extreme Muslims took down those towers. And they voted in an extreme Muslim as their mayor 25 years later. That blows my
He's not
mind.
extreme. He's not extreme.
What are you talking about? He's not extreme. Okay.
Dude,
that's why I said I didn't want to do politics.
is not extreme. The guy's like, hey, I want you guys to have like free buses and like affordable
I see
rent.
socialism
Holy
as
fucking
I see
shit.
socialism as extreme. I'm sorry, I do.
Hey, do you like the police? Do you like the fire department?
Yeah.
Yeah, socialism, bitch.
Yeah, I'm with Dave. Get to the point. Go back to your why did it make so
Fucking
much money?
point. The fucking
I just
point.
I didn't mean the point of Spider-Man. I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to say it. You pushed me into saying it.
I thought you were gonna be Jesus Christ. I expected anti-Semitism, not
No,
that.
I happen to like the Jewish people, so so, you know what I mean?
okay. So 9/11 happened, and then what was the superhero movie to come out after 9/11? It was fucking Superman.
It was
fucking Spider-Man.
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 I think that was the first one.
But here's the thing about Peter Parker. Here's the reason why Peter Parker works. Okay, this is why Peter Parker works where Superman doesn't. And this is where James made some problems with last year's movie, despite it being good. Here's the thing. Spider-Man is a ground level, neighborhood focused character. Okay, he's like Batman on that front. He's like Daredevil on that front. He has his territory. By and large, he does the best when he's there. Okay,
Yeah.
so you got your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, an average, normal dude, just trying to get by, not rich, not powerful, okay, can't fight the machine. All he can do is what's good and what's right in front of him. That's it.
Relatable to youth because
He's relatable.
he's
and
very
because-
complex, and he got those powers at such a young age.
Yeah, and he
You
had to
know?
learn with great power comes great
Well,
responsibility.
not only that, can you imagine the balance? I mean, dude, I can't balance a fucking checkbook, but like, which people don't even use those anymore. I'm a fucking dinosaur, but like, he had to balance high school,
Well, think about that.
college, being Spider-Man,
Yeah, well, that's kind of part of it, right? It's also like he's balancing-
relationship. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
he's balancing everything, but at the end of the day, he's very much about compassion and empathy and helping people around him. But he's doing it in a way that's like he's more like them than anybody else. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how good of a person Superman is. The guy is a fucking god. You know what I mean?
Not only that, yeah, and he's becoming stronger and stronger as he grows. Like with the wisdom, when you age, guys, you get something called wisdom. Wisdom is not the same as being smart. Wisdom is something different, something you get to pass on later on. Wisdom is a legacy, and Peter's getting stronger and stronger the older he gets.
Yeah,
and there's
he's
a ton.
learning,
He's
he's
getting
learning.
a ton of wisdom, and
Well,
they showed that in this one big time, dude.
Well,
Like,
yeah, there's that, and he also has like the thing where he's got like a shitty ass apartment. You know, I mean, Toby's version of it did it great with a shitty ass apartment, a shitty ass job, and he's out there trying to fight crime while doing all of it.
cooking on a
This
hot
one-
plate.
Yeah, like this one, there's more like, he's got like whatever he's doing, he's able to do it, pay his bills in New York City.
Toby's apartment probably costs more than your house monthly. He's in New York.
Yeah.
He's got a view. He's on a balcony. Like, but you know what I'm saying? I just think but they did such a good job with it, man. They really did.
So, but
And
I think that's a key factor, right? Like if people look to him because I think in many ways, Spider-Man is a character that represents anyone, right? What was it in Into the Spider-Verse when Spider-Man dies and Miles goes to the costume shop and there's Stan Lee, right? One of Stan Lee's last cameos, and he buys the mask and he basically says anyone can wear the mask.
Is that Caden? Get the fuck
Hey,
out of
what's
here.
up? Holy
Where
shit,
the
Caden.
fuck have you been? We thought you died, motherfucker.
No, Caden's been rocking with the normies. He's been fucking, You know, he's been hanging out with the cocksmokers over there discussing film, which you and I have to have words about that because those guys.
I don't even know who
Those guys,
discusses film
holy
is.
fucking shit, went pretentious. Holy ass. I'm
Caden.
blocked by all of them, but it's fine.
Oh, I'm good. Glad to see him, man. I just thought he maybe
Oh, it's
fell off the
Caden. I
earth.
know. I hope he's well. I like Caden. But my point though is that like Spider-Man.
We missed you, fucker.
All right. Spider-Man's that kind of character. Batman in ways is like that because, you know, like his parents were killed and that's where his rage comes from. And we've all been victims of injustice and that's where our rage comes from. Spider-Man's basically like a victim of injustice and he tries to right the wrongs in a way that benefits the community. The same thing that Batman does. Batman could apply his money in other ways as joked about in the Flash movie, but a character like Superman can't do that because he doesn't have the ability to do that, right? Superman has the ability to institute fundamental institutional change and doesn't do it, right? Did you watch Masters of the Universe yet?
Yeah.
Okay,
A bunch of
great
times,
film.
actually, like 3
Great fucking
times.
movie, right? Skeletor's got Adam down against the Mets, right? And he basically says, like, you know, that's the problem with you is you have all the power, but you're too afraid to use it, you know? And it's like, and the thing is, in that moment, Skeletor is somewhat correct because, like, Adam could use the power, you know, but Adam
Yeah, he
wants
tells
to
him you have all the power, but you don't know how to use it. And Adam's
Yeah,
like,
you're too
I know how
afraid
to
to-
use it. I just choose not to.
yeah. And this, I mean, basically, I would say He-Man did a better Superman than Superman did. You
That's
know, all things
crazy, man. I never even looked at it like that. You're gonna
Right,
get a lot
look
of
at it like
fucking
that,
heat
right?
for that, but okay.
No, but it's true. If you think about it, it's true. He's just like getting the shit beat out of him, and he goes,
You're
like,
literally
"Wow."
dissing somebody's sacred cow, bro. There's a lot of
I
motherfuckers.
am pointing out the fact that He-Man is a much more compelling character than Superman. I'm never not going to take a moment to dunk on Superman. I'll watch the movie.
I'm not. I mean, the only one I really like, and I grew up with the Christopher Reeve stuff, and I like this new one. It's okay, but it wasn't until, you know, and I'm not a Snyder bro, but it wasn't until Zach that I saw the human side of Superman and how good Henry did playing Superman that I went, okay, Superman's not so bad. You know, I get it.
And I will say, here's the thing. I think David Cornsweet is an excellent Superman.
Yeah, he's a little more comical, a little more, you know.
Oh no, he was the best parts of Supergirl. Like straight up, the movie's. I had fun with the movie, but he was the best parts of Supergirl.
I have not seen Supergirl yet, so if Superman's in it, now I definitely want to go see it. Yeah, I definitely want.
No,
I'll
I haven't
rent it
done
or
Super- I
something.
need to get to Supers. I need to get to Supers here in a minute.
People dropping supers, yeah, man.
Yeah, we keep talking because
I'm just so I really am fascinated by this movie.
By why it made so much money.
Why it made so much money. I don't understand it.
All right. Well, a lot
But
of
then
it's
again, what's everybody's favorite Nightmare on Elm Street? Not the first one,
Chris,
not the second one, the third one.
Hold up. What was the last Spider-Man movie that came out 4.5 years ago?
No Way Home.
Okay, how much money did No Way Home do?
1.9 billion, I think. Or was
Yeah,
it
a
over
nut
two?
hair under $2 billion
yeah.
because it didn't go to China.
Yeah, this one's going to China.
This one's in China.
And they don't even have it. Look, you guys know, I don't know if you guys remember Julie, but she used to be part of this sphere, this movie. She's from Belfast, Ireland. She grew up during the conflicts, you know, and they like, she's like a big time superhero fan. And they don't even, she's like, no, Chris, I was talking to her tonight. She's like, no, we don't even have it yet. Ireland doesn't have Spider-Man yet.
Well, I wonder if Spider-Man would have made more money if it would have had access to IMAX.
That's another one.
Like
IMAX films because they had that 3-week exclusive for Odyssey.
Well, and not only that, but like I think the Odyssey just hit $1 billion today.
Yeah, and I knew it was going to.
How the fuck did that happen? Right? Like it's entirely. Like it's a good movie. I'm not even knocking it. It's a very good movie.
It's an epic. It really is. It's a modern
epic. I feel like I saw someone say that there's an estimation for the Odyssey to get up to $1.5 billion, which would then put it at the highest grossing R-rated film of all time outside of Deadpool and Wolverine, which is kind of fucking bonkers to me, to be fair. But I mean, like, people are going to it. It did
maybe I hate to say it. Fuck, I hate to say it. Ooh, maybe some of the, I'm not even going to say the chuds, but maybe, I mean, because even though I liked them, they barely broke even, like the last 4 Marvel movies. You know what I mean? Then here comes Spider-Man, boom. Yeah. So I don't want to hear about this superhero fatigue bullshit.
Well, I think part of it, if I had to kind of guess about that one a little bit, is look at the characters themselves, right? So go back to, let's just look at last year. Okay, and the last 4 Marvel movies includes, if you're not including Spider-Man, then you'd have to include Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay, we
'Cause
can
that
put
was
that one in there. I guess that is
okay,
a
but let's
Marvel.
look at
Yeah.
20. But let's just look at 2020 fucking 5. Okay, so you had Captain America: Brave New World, which I think is a fun ass movie. I really enjoyed
I
it.
enjoyed all of them. I'm not gonna.
You know?
I loved Thunderbolts. I loved
Thunderbolts
it.
was great.
With the exception of The Gorge, which is my favorite movie of 2025. I know people are like, what? The Gorge. After that comes Thunderbolts. That's my favorite movie of 2025. And I liked Fantastic Four. And I really liked, me and Bruce were like the only ones willing to come out and say we liked the Captain America movie. What was the other one?
That was it. Those were the 3. It was Captain America:
Okay,
Brave
all
New
right.
World, Thunderbolts, and it was Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Four. And I
Now,
enjoyed
the
all of
thing-
them.
Oh, the thing is even is Kevin Feige admitted that Fantastic Four did underperform, right? It did underperform because I don't feel, looking at the vibe of Fantastic Four, it for me felt like a winter movie. It felt like a winter movie. It just didn't feel like it was something that should have been a summer popcorn film. Thunderbolts coming out on like the opening weekend of May, again, kind of hurt it because that should have been something released in more of like a
End of the summer.
like
type
an end of
thing,
summer
you know?
untested time. Like I would have put Thunderbolts in the same weekend as Shang-Chi, which was Labor Day weekend, and that did 90 million opening weekend. And back then,
I do
right?
think placement does matter, Matty. I do, because when you look at these Transformers movies, a lot like Age of Extinction, I didn't hate, but that The Last Night or whatever was absolute fucking dog shit, and even it made $1 billion. Like that's fucking blows my mind. A dog shit movie like that can make $1 billion, but something great like Thunderbolts, 400 million. What the fuck, dude? I don't know. In fourth, I disagree. Look, everybody was doom and gloom last year. For the past few years, it's been theaters are dying. Oh, nobody wants to see. Bullshit. This proves that people will come out and pay the money. They will plop their fucking money down. Inflation don't matter. They will plop their money. And picture a family going to the movies. That's $200-300, man. Depends on how many kids you got. Because you got to factor in the food, the gas money to get there. That's a lot of fucking money, man.
There's
You're
a
gonna
lot.
spend.
Okay. I think it's like it's not as it's not as, you can't sit there and say one or the other, right?
I'm
Oh,
just saying theaters aren't
back.
dying, Maddie. That's all I'm saying.
I'm also not saying that they're not. Okay, so you have to
Streaming is
understand.
taking a big chunk out of it, the way MP3 technology took a big chunk out of the music industry. All the movies have to do is figure out, look, what happened when the music industry started to die? Nobody's buying CDs. Nobody's buying this. Nobody's buying that. What did they do? They went retro and started releasing albums again, records, and they started making all their money on things like Spotify and actual concerts. That's where all their money comes from. You got to tour more now, okay? All the theaters got to do is figure out some sort of formula the way the music industry did, and it's going to be fine. Now, are we going to lose some theaters? Yeah, Maddie, we're going to. Streaming's taking over. But people will always go for the environment. Yeah, I can buy a Slipknot CD, but wouldn't I rather see them live? That's just how I picture theaters. You go for the environment.
Well, you go for the environment,
The atmosphere,
obviously, But the environment when it comes to going to movies is like, people are complaining more and more and more and more and more about shitty behavior in theaters.
Yeah, with the
like,
Minecraft shit and all that. But at the
no,
same
like,
time, what are some of your favorite memories? What do you talk to us about all the fucking time?
dude? But
When
that's
you worked at that drive-in.
That was a different time though, because my favorite memories were either like watching a good movie or fucking with assholes. Okay, like, or hanging with my friends. But
So
like,
you've always been a fucking troll. Always. Even before
dude,
there was a term for
did I ever-
troll, you've always
holy
been a
shit.
troll.
Wait, hold on. Did I ever tell you my greatest troll of all time?
You went up to the balcony, made some fake puke, and made a noise, and
yeah,
dumped it
right,
on
because
people.
I'm fucking chunk. Yeah, way to fucking fat shame, you piece of shit. Hey, your fucking leg got any new holes in it?
Wow.
Anyway, at least the next time you go to jail, they're not going to have to find a new hole to fuck you with. Anyway,
Wow, you just went full mask off, guys. You see the abuse I take? Like, that's crazy, but okay. Why aren't I understand your
the
theaters are
couch
dying
story, the
and
couch story.
but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, you. Oh, I do remember the couch story. Yeah, I'm
that's
just
my
saying,
favorite. That's my favorite.
people and everybody bitches about nostalgia, but when you don't have it, they get mad because you don't do it, and then they tell you to change up. We need a different formula. Change up the story. We need something new. And then a great movie like Thunderbolts comes out, where it deals with mental health and all these different great allegories and analogies. And what do people do? Oh wow, a hug saved the world. Wow, you wanted something different. They gave it to you. Now you're bitching.
Well, I think in many ways it's
I
kind of
fucking
like,
hate fandoms, Maddie. I do.
well, the fandoms online are a thing that people really shouldn't listen to. All right, like all things considered, like anyone who works in Hollywood, like I guarantee you, they don't listen to fans in the way that people like Grace Randolph would make the argument that they do. Like I'm sure that they've been made aware of certain things, but they generally speaking don't give a shit. Like as long because they know that a lot of it doesn't really cater to noise. So it's like, for example, all over Twitter for the last 4 days, I have seen almost nothing but bootleg clips of fucking Spider-Man.
That's
whether
crazy.
it's screenshots or whether it's whatever. Okay. I even made a post about it and it got taken down by copyright, but Twitter never told me who the copyright holder was. So I have no idea if it was because I used an image from the Odyssey or if I used an image from Actually, the image from Spider-Man is one that I took from my own TV. That was kind of funny. But it's like I'm seeing posts on Twitter with like actual like video clips from Spider-Man that are from the bootleg version. That's like one of them that's out there.
How many times we're going to be on one of these streams, guys, and we're going to hear it's going to be like that meme, FBI, open the door. Only it's going to be real.
Nah, probably. Like, let me see your hard drive. Like, no. What are you going to find on there?
No
Things I legally
shit.
own.
But all I'm saying, Maddie, is I don't think theaters are dying off. Like, okay, Hollywood's not dead. That's all I'm saying.
Well, again, we have to think of we have to look at it like this, right? Like, think about the movies that have done well and the names behind them or the ideas behind them. So, look at Obsession, right?
Exactly. I was just getting ready to say it.
Yeah. So
movies like that are few and far between, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But that movie taps into a lot of Gen Z anxieties, especially when it comes to dating and unrequited love.
Especially when it comes to, I'm so glad I'm not part
all right. So it's kind of like that. And you look at something like Backrooms. Backrooms deals with, I would argue, loneliness. Maybe
I still haven't watched it. Is it worth watching?
It's good. It's
okay.
It's good.
I can watch it right now if I want to. So
I still think the ending is a fuck you ending. It's a nothing ending, and I hate nothing endings. But so there's that, and then you've got the Odyssey. The Odyssey, of course, is an epic, but that's Chris Nolan. If the Odyssey was made by any other director, would it have been as big?
No, it's Nolan.
I don't think so. Right? But it's a good movie. And so there's that. And then you get Spider-Man.
Like imagine a Paul W.S. Anderson or somebody making the Odyssey. You know what I mean? Like, what?
If Paul, it'd be like Pompeii, because that's what he did. He did the Pompeii movie. With fucking Kit Harington, I think, was the one he did.
I'm not gonna lie, it's an okay movie. I don't mind it. It's all right. If it's a popcorn, oh wow, this is so dumb, it's good.
No, the ending is not great for Backrooms. The movie just ends. That's why it's not a good ending. I don't think you get a satisfying conclusion to warrant the ending that it had.
I haven't seen Backrooms yet, but I'm gonna have to stick up for fourth for a second. You and I love the Blair Witch Project. You probably more because you're a found footage guy. Found footage kind of changed your life. You're telling me the end of Blair Witch was satisfying?
The ending of Blair Witch was satisfying because we already knew that none of the kids had come back.
All right, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna have to give you that one because I remember Sci-Fi putting out that fake documentary that made everybody think it was real.
Dude, that was part of the marketing.
Curse of the Blair Witch.
That was part of the
amazing marketing, bro. So fucking smart.
It was so good. It came out when I was 17, man. Fucking, I was reading that website all the time. I was reading whatever I could about it.
I always say this. Those kids grew up poor and they made one of the greatest independent films of all time. Rich people are book smart and poor people are motherfucking hustle smart, street smart. And that was a hustle. Making all that fake shit, bro.
I just parallax here. Backrooms over Blair Witch, and yet they're not even the same fucking concept.
I'm just saying,
what are you
found footage.
about?
Yeah, it is a found footage. Yeah, it's found footage.
Has like 10 minutes of like found footage in it.
Okay, so it's not even a found footage movie.
No, it's not a found footage. I will say though, the 10 minutes of it that's found footage is the best part of the whole movie, and the whole movie should have been found footage.
Oh, guys, big shocker! This breaking news. Matt thinks that the best part of a movie was the found footage shit. You really are found footage stan, bro. Like you really are, bro.
It is. No. It's super good. It's super good. And I'm not saying Backrooms is bad. I'm saying they didn't earn the ending that they had. Is all I'm saying. I didn't like the ending at all, but I want to see more, which obviously is kind of the point of the ending. So I'm saying that it didn't reach the natural conclusion point in order to then leave us wanting more while letting us feel like what we got was satisfactory. What we got was like it opened a new mystery, and then it's like, and then it ends on a question, really.
Okay, I dig shit like that. So now you kind of piqued my interest. I dig shit like that. If we're gonna get a sequel,
Oh yeah, no, A24. I mean, this the Backrooms is a $10 million movie, and it grossed over $300 million. It's A24's highest grossing film. We're absolutely getting a sequel.
Okay.
Like we're
I'm
absolutely.
just saying,
getting a
I
sequel.
mean, I grew up, guys, I grew up in the dark times. I grew up in the times where after I watched Empire Strikes Back, I had to wait almost 4 years for Return of the Jedi. I grew up in the dark times, man. That's why I binge shit now. You know,
Yeah,
you know how hard it's been to not watch House of the Dragon at all until just last night, so I could binge and then be ready for the, the season finale
yeah.
next
I'll
week.
tell you what. Well, I'll tell you what I'm waiting for, because Fourth here says you're getting a Backrooms TV series and a movie. What I want to see is Kane Parsons write a script. That's what I want to see. He directed it very well, but that was not something that he could have come up with. And when you watch Backrooms, Chris, I want you to like look at the script and then like realize that the guy who directed it was like 19 years old when he directed it, and his mentor on set was Osgood Perkins, who
And that's
directed
who-
Longlegs.
Is that who wrote it?
No, it was some other guy.
I thought it was like
Um,
somebody we never heard of.
It was somebody.
wrote
You've
it.
never heard of. It was somebody you've never heard of.
Okay,
But
so
I'm just saying, like the guy who wrote
there are
it.
people who can write, there are people who can direct, and then there are a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
out there that can do both.
But I mean, like when you're watching this movie, and the main character is talking about his relationship issues, just understand that a 19-year-old directed it but didn't write it. And I think that makes it even a little funnier, because you're going like, there's no, like, either if Kane Parsons would have written it, then it completely breaks the illusion, because it's like, that is so like kind of over the top for what it was. Yeah, Mark Duplass. Well, not only Mark Duplass wasn't there as a producer. He was there as an actor, but he defended Kane Parsons. James Wan was a producer on the movie. So was Sean Levy. Fucking Deadpool, Wolverine, Star Wars,
Yeah.
Starfighter.
Yeah,
Right.
we're getting him in something coming out soon. Who? What,
Yeah,
what-
what's he directing now? Oh, he's doing Ghost Rider for Marvel.
Yeah,
Right? So
he's doing
like,
Ghost Rider.
So it's like Sean Levy also produced it, and he directed some of the best episodes of fucking Stranger Things. So it's like, it wasn't like Kane Parsons was there without like a My Three Dads, right? Like,
Well, if James Wan put his seal of approval on it, I'm gonna have to listen to James Wan. He's become the new Wes Craven.
yeah, I could see that. I could see that. So okay, hold on. I'm gonna I gotta use the restroom. It's been out an hour. I gotta
All right, Spider-Man spoilers. You guys ready? Yelena Belova's in
You
it.
guys
The Hulk's in it. Punisher's in it. Jean Grey's the bad guy, but not really the bad guy. She's the anti-hero / bad guy at first. Peter talks her down, and you're not like this, not really. Man, if I was Jean Grey, I'd fuck everybody up. You murdered my sister, everybody dies. That's just me, though. You know what I mean? For people who have seen it, the VMAX thing, the reveal on that, I thought was really cool. I still don't know how it made all that money, though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it 930 million, rough estimate, and numbers are still coming in even here on Monday, because it takes a long time to count that much fucking money. But I figured today, by the end of Monday or Tuesday, it will have already cracked $1 billion. And I just don't know how the fourth installment. And don't get me wrong, I know Spider-Man is him and Batman are like always fighting for top tier. Like they're the two biggest names in comic book heroes. They're the two most popular. They make the most money. Yeah, you could make movies the rest of your life on Batman and Spider-Man. And it's a comic book. You have a ton of source material. I just don't understand how it made this much money this quick. Like it's that kind of. I'm happy about it though. Like. Yeah, but horror's always gotten a bad rap for, like, you know what I mean? Like horror's doing something. They're doing something new with horror. It's like I said, and I'm the first to say it. I think Curry Barker just tapped into a new genre of horror that I'm calling heartbreak horror, because you watch the movie and it scares the shit out of you, yet your heart breaks for Nikki through the whole movie. Unless in my mind, she was the only good person in that whole group. Unless you want to factor in that she didn't tell Bear that she was having like side piece action, not really side piece, even just secret hooking up, booty call, fucking friends with benefit action with Ian, I think was his name. But other than that, and she don't owe nobody that. If she wants to hook up with a fucking dude, she should be allowed to, you know? So all these people that are like, Bear's not the real villain. Bear's the fucking villain, you know? And Ian's a piece of shit too. And even Sarah, who I like, you know, come on, man. She wants to be a tattoo artist. I am a tattoo artist. I connected with her more than anyone, how hard it is to get into art schools and things like that. But she was still like willing to, you know, she was going to cheat that night. She was going to, you know, and I don't know. I think horror is telling new stories. But it's still hard to do something in horror you haven't done yet. Or like, yes, was Obsession amazing? The writing was great. The movie was fucking phenomenal, but it was still an old trope. You know, it was The Crush. It was Swim Fan, but just darker. Would anyone disagree with me on that?
Okay.
Like, that's a trope that's been used forever, guys. Like,
What is?
The oh my God, I'm The Crush, the Swim Fan trope. I want to be with this guy no matter what. Yeah, it's the same trope, but Curry Barker just did something different with it.
That's a deep cut.
Right, but Curry Barker just made it darker and way more horrific.
Well, no, not the Crush. I wouldn't say the Crush applies to that, but the idea of like a person becoming, well, I mean, I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I kind of agree.
He
and I kinda don't
wasn't
agree.
meek for it. He literally saw that. Are we talking about Bear? Are we talking? Because I said Bear's the villain. Look, this all started, Maddie, while you're pissing. I was saying, he said the only thing you're putting out new stories now is horror. And I'm like, yeah, horror is putting out some new shit. And I think that Curry Barker tapped into a new genre of horror. I'm calling it heartbreak horror, because while you're watching it and you're horrified, your heart still breaks for Nikki, because she was the only good person in that group of friends. You know, I think they made a point to show her that
but like, you know,
she was messing with a guy from work and keeping it a secret. That's the only thing that anybody could say, like, maybe she did wrong. You think Bear's not the villain when he knew the real Nikki? No, the other Nikki's asleep. Please kill me. Put me out of my fucking misery. And he says, what's so bad about being with me? I couldn't wait for that motherfucker to die after that. He's a piece of shit. Plus, the grape scene, am I the only person that thinks that's grape? Because I think it's grape, you know?
Well, okay, but we can talk about that for a second, because
But it's an old trope is all I'm saying, man.
Hold on. And I'm going to have to fucking specify. All right, I'm not defending what happened. I'm merely posing a question, because you kind of have to.
Okay, Candace, you're just asking questions.
You have to fucking do that these days, because did Bear believe that it was non-consensual?
At the time, I don't know.
At the time,
his friend said, yo, this, and this is happening. And it's like she snapped into a different body. Bear realizes right at that moment, my wish worked. And I'm going to test my theory.
No,
Is your dad really dying of cancer?
That's
No. And then she's like, what does it matter?
That's getting information from his friend, going like, what the fuck's going on? And then he asks about it. That's him.
You broke a fucking stick, and everything that you wished for started happening. I'm supposed to believe this guy didn't think it was working?
But
the motherfucker called tech support, bro.
He didn't call tech support yet.
So after the sex scene. I know what you're saying, Maddie. I get it.
So we got to.
She freaked out.
There's a chronological action of events that happen in this movie that are meant to kind of fuck with the audience a little bit, because we are looking at this through the perspective of Bear. He is the protagonist. Okay, so he is the eyes of which we are experiencing this story. So he fucking cowards out, doesn't tell Nikki how he feels, right? And then just goes, oh, I wish she loved me more than anyone in the world, snaps it, right? And then all of a sudden, she's now back over at the thing, and she's acting all kind of weird.
And don't get me wrong, we get the montage where they're happy for a few months.
But
we know they've been fucking, but
it wasn't like a few months. It was literally like, I think like someone had estimated 11 days.
Oh wow, that was only 11 days.
People have gone into this. Like, I've read a lot of theories and whatnot.
Well, this is and that's what's great about this movie. You can deep dive on this motherfucker, man. It's not just water cool. You can deep dive on this shit, and that shows you how smart this dude is that made this movie.
I mean, he definitely went smart on it. But again, it's think about it from Bear's perspective. Okay, think about it from Bear's perspective. So Bear goes to work the next day, right? So the whole thing with the cat happens. He's like, what the fuck? Okay. And then Ian's like, maybe she's on Molly. Maybe she's on Molly, right? Maybe she's on Molly. And then he's like, yeah, maybe she's on Molly, okay? And then they go to leave, and he's like, you coming with me? She's like, no, why would I come with you? So then it's like she rejects him as they're exiting the music store at the end of the day. He's like, okay, yeah, last night was a fluke. And then she shows up at the door, and she's like, would it scare you if I told you that I like you too, that I have feelings for you, right? So she shows up, and she tells him that she likes him. All right. And then, so in his mind, it's like, this wasn't a fluke. Like, this wasn't a thing. So then we get the montage of the happiness. Then what breaks it was Ian doing his fucking research and finding out that her dad wasn't sick, right? Because he's like, why
low-key cockblocking.
Low-key cockblocking,
Yeah.
which he was already low-key cockblocking anyway. So then Bear's like, okay, I'm going to ask about this. And then she's like, you know, like, no, we were having a good time, right? Or a good day.
Then she just switches on a dime. What does it matter? And he's like, it doesn't matter. And the very next scene is him pounding away on her.
Yeah, but at that point, like, you're right, like if they had a fight, they had makeup sex, right? You ever had makeup sex before?
My God, that's a reach, but okay.
No, it's not a fucking reach. Your
It's
first
kind of
fight
a
is a
reach.
couple. Your first fight is a couple. What
He
did you
had
do
to
when
know at that moment that his
he
wish
did not know.
worked.
He did not know. He did not know. This is where you got to remember that, like, Bear starts to understand how fucked up it gets the more the audience sees how, like, we already at this point generally know because we've seen the trailer. We generally know the premise. So we know. He doesn't know yet. That's always the omnipotent part of the audience, is we know more than the main character does, generally speaking, or have a better grasp of the situation than they do. And so Bear doesn't know. You have to think.
I've tried to put myself in that situation, Maddie. I'm up against the wall.
know.
I'm
Is he
phone my
lying
friend,
to
and
you?
my
No,
friend
is he-
tells me this shit. But I also known this girl 7 years. I've been
Yeah.
like,
So it's
big
kind of
time
like
crushing on this girl for 7 years. And now she's acting like someone I don't even know.
again, it's like what does it matter, right? People lie about family all the time. Why do they, again, so hasn't anyone ever lied to you before? Has any partner you've had ever lied to you about something like that?
All of them, but
Okay. But my argument here is not that anyone, like, that Bear's, this is not villain territory. Bear does not become villain territory until Sarah's death. At that point in time, when Nikki's talking,
he's
to
gonna
him,
hide the body. Yeah, no shit.
and she's like, Nikki goes like, she's asleep, please kill me. And he's like, what's her bad?
All
about
right,
being-
maybe
so
villain
hold
isn't
on.
the proper word,
but
because
I'm-
at the core of the movie, I think the villains are the people that work in that magic shop.
Yeah, well, the people who work in the magic shop, what's funny about them is they're actually kind of inconsequential because they're like, whatever, dude. Like, we're not, whatever. Like, we don't give a shit. The villain of the story is the, there's really not a villain of the story. If you
First
think
of all,
about it.
don't come in here all loud like that. It's too early. Second of all, I'm fucking with you. They're right here. That was a great line, dude. He
Yeah,
goes to get the willow branch again, and like he thinks they're all gone, and dude's fucking with him. Like,
yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think-
I don't
I
know.
agree. I
They're
do
definitely
agree
shitty
with Ford.
people, though. For
I agree with Fourth here. Bear never intentionally knowingly did anything wrong. He was confused moving along with the plot. He was as confused as anyone else was.
oh my
Okay.
God, you apologists, man.
It's not an apologist, but here's the thing. So at the end there, when he's talking to her and she's asleep, okay, and she's like, "Please kill me," and then he's upset. Okay, like, what is it so bad being with me?
Not
And she's
only
like,
am I going to leave you here when you're begging to be put out of your agony, I'm going to leave you here,
he
but I'm
also
also going to go
doesn't-
fuck this other chick. The only reason
didn't
you
go
get the
fuck the other
fucker,
chick.
because Nikki broke through the window and fucking ripped
He
her
wasn't
face
gonna
off with a
fuck her.
brick.
He was like, that was the whole thing though, right? The idea there was Sarah saying, I have
He was
feelings for you."
totally flirting. I was on your left, and they were going to kiss until that bitch went headfirst into the window.
Well, the whole point of that scene was like, Sarah's like, look, this isn't, she knows that, like, Nikki probably doesn't like Bear. But there's also, again, there's clues there, right? Because she says at one point, that Nikki looks at Bear like a younger brother, right? Like a brother.
Yeah.
Right. And so then when Nikki ends up reciting part of her poem or her story, when she's
That
at
brother and the sister. Yeah.
it's a Hansel and Gretel incest story. You know what I mean? And so it's like, that's like inner Nikki coming out. We're getting bits of it as it goes along. But Bear, like, how many young guys do you know that are like in their early 20s that are impetuous and dumb?
All of us.
Okay.
We all
Right?
were.
We all
Every
were.
single
So
one
you
of
got
us.
this girl that
Yeah.
you that's like your dream girl, and like shit's fucked up, and you're going like, fuck, man, I don't know, like this can't be all bad, right? Like, but then as things progress and get worse, then it moves over to murder, and then at this point, like he is trying to solve the problem. He's trying to fix it, which he can't fix it. So he's like, okay, well, let me get someone else to wish that she doesn't love me, but that only absolves that situation. It wouldn't stop what happened to Sarah being dead, right? So like the great thing about Bear's character is that he
Nikki's
is a
got to
coward.
live with that.
Well, no, he is a coward. And so that's at the end of the story, like, you know, he was gonna take the pills. And then, you know, in the
The
original
wish.
script, he takes the pills, and so he's gonna kill himself. But when they were shooting it, the actor who plays Bear was like, "Hey, what if he didn't do that? What if he's too much of a coward that he tries to vomit the pills, but she breaks the other One Wish Willow and ends up saying that she wished he loved her as much as she loves him, and he doesn't vomit, which is why he dies in her arms." Which I think is great. I think that's an even better thematic ending, right?
And no, I love the ending. I do. It's so dark and fucked up, and you don't know what's gonna happen with Nikki, even though Curry said, "Well, she's in prison." And then they asked him about a sequel. He's like, and he just shrugged his shoulders. So he's keeping that shit on the wraps because
Well,
he knows
I would argue.
now.
I mean, now at this point, I would say with the amount of money that it's made,
Blank check, bro, blank
Yeah.
check. Yeah, they're gonna blank check him, and I'm okay with that. But my whole point was that Nikki, it's a different genre of horror, but it's an old trope, is all I'm saying. And your heart breaks for Nikki through that whole movie, and it feels like a new genre. You know, it just does. I can't remember the last time I was watching a horror movie and my heart broke for anybody.
No, I think they did a great job with figuring out all that stuff with her and him.
Oh,
And
that's a lie. I just lied to you, man. There is one other time. Last House on the Left. I felt
haven't
really
seen
bad for the family and what they did to that girl. I went, wow, they're just disemboweling this girl. That's fucking insane.
I have not.
It's a brutal one, bro. It's not even worth watching. Don't watch it. It'll
The
fuck you
original
up.
or the remake? Because
The original. The remake was kind of like, man, they made it more of an action thriller, fucking Straw Dogs type of movie. But the original one, like even after they sexually assault the fuck out of this girl, they all stand up, and they themselves can't even believe they just did this to this girl. But they can't even. They're like, there's like this scene where they're like picking grass out of their fingers because all the blood's on them, and they are like, wow, now we got to kill her. You know what I mean? Out of desperation. It's a fucked up movie, and my heart broke for the parents.
I hate to say it, but post nut clarity.
Yeah, no, that's what it was too. And yeah, no, they
Terrible,
fucking
terrible.
stabbed her in the stomach like so many times, and then she even still escaped, and she jumped into this pond, and she was trying to swim across, and they domed her with a pistol from. Where's my boy Forth? He knows. Last House on the Left is fucked up, bro. The Hills Have Eyes is fucked up, and your heart will break a little for these characters, but not like mine did for Nikki. When she's on the floor screaming, then walked backwards and
Are you
came
talking
back.
about the original 1972?
Yeah, it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up.
Oh, it's on
movie.
Tubi. Maybe I'll watch it tonight because
It's rough, bro. It's a rough watch, but it's a good revenge story, man.
Yeah, well, yeah. Curry, Caden here says Curry says there's a Nikki obsession aftermath Easter egg. Yeah, but he's already said what the Easter egg is. He already said that like this woman was arrested for a triple homicide. So like he's already admitted what it is in the movie. All right, The Hills Have Eyes 2006 is pretty brutal. I like.
No, those are brutal. Those are brutal movies.
Well, who was
They
the
are.
director of the 2006 version? It was Alexander Aja.
Yeah, but
right?
you
Like,
don't. Your heart doesn't really break. You're like, okay, I signed up for this. I know what's going to happen in this movie. If I go see a fucking Jason movie, I know everybody in the camp's dying except one chick. Okay, or maybe two people, but you know what you signed up for when you. That's the psychology behind it. Is all I'm saying is you know what you signed up for when you're watching these movies. When you watch a Hannibal Lecter movie, you know somebody's going to get ate. But when it came to this one that Curry did, your heart is breaking for Nikki the whole time, especially after that phone call. And you're like, wow, she's in there. She's being tormented. She's in fucking agony. And then she's begging to be killed at such a young age. Just kill me. Put me out of my fucking misery, man. that to me is horrific to not be able to. You're trapped inside your own body, and somebody else is in control. That would, and then she's like, "I've never been with you, Bear. What are you talking about? We were never together." Like shit like that. Like it's just, I don't know. Your heart breaks for that girl during that movie, and I remember thinking to myself, "Man, why the fuck am I getting like misty eyed in a horror movie? That's never happened before."
I did not have that that reaction to it. Not saying it's not there.
Because you're heartless.
Right. Yeah. Totally fucking heartless. Absolutely just fucking.
I bet you cheered when the little boy died in My Girl, didn't you?
Yeah. Fuck Macaulay Culkin, right? Like fucking being allergic to bees, you little bitch.
You little bitch.
Like, you can't take one little sting, huh? Little prick. Oh no, I'm gonna fucking die. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ. You know what's really funny is, you know what saved his life in Richie Rich was a mechanical bee.
Aztec, I'll give you that a little bit, but not really. Because this was somebody wishing and taking away somebody else's free will. In Wishmaster, your wish just fucked you over in the end. This is more monkey paw. Careful what you wish for, but this guy took away somebody else's free will with his wish. Wishmaster is more of a I'm gonna fuck you over, like the devil wants your soul.
Wishmaster is more like you're a bad person making bad wishes.
And they're good movies. They're fun. You know what I mean? But
with the Wishmaster?
Yeah.
Only the first one. Come on.
No, the one where you went to prison was pretty good. I like that
was
one
the
too.
third one, I think.
Yeah, that was all right.
That was I met the guy actually, Andrew Divoff.
I know, and I've seen him in something else, and I can't remember what it is. It's not just Wishmaster.
He was the bad guy in A Low Down Dirty Shame.
Yeah, but even before that, this was like a medieval movie or maybe a space movie. You know what? You're right there. Look up his IMDb.
No, hold on.
Because I didn't even know his name, Maddie. I just know I've seen him in other things.
Andrew Divoff. Let's see here. I found him. Let's see here.
And there was a Julian Sands movie out around the same time that was really good.
Dude,
Warlock.
I can't believe that Julian Sands is dead.
Yeah, that's crazy. He wasn't even that old.
No, but he died fucking hiking.
It might have been a war movie.
That's a white person way to die, though, if you think about it, right?
Yeah, hiking, backpacking through like fucking it
well,
totally is. I'm gonna go out in the desert and start a cult.
Well, Sally Menke, the
I'm looking at you, Jared Leto.
Well, no, yeah, like Quentin Tarantino's editor, like Sally Menke, died from hiking in L.A. back in like 2010.
That Warlock movie was so spherical. That was a different one too, wasn't it? Like it was a new kind of like when anywhere he walked, you could take a blessed nail and nail it into the sand and make the Warlock be in pain, like voodoo doll shit. I wish I could remember what the fuck that guy was in besides Wishmaster. I've seen him in other stuff.
He's in so much shit.
Right? He's that one guy, and you can never remember.
Because you look at Andrew Divoff and you think Robert Davey. Like you think one of the Johnsons from Die Hard.
Yeah.
Let's see here. He was in. Trying to think of what he might have been in. That a lot of it's TV. He did a lot. He was in Air Force One as Boris Bazilev.
This was some sort. I think it was
and
a war movie.
Wishmaster. Let's see. He was in Wishmaster 2. Let's see. He was in Walker, Texas Ranger, 3 episodes.
This would have been an older movie before the Wishmaster stuff,
Dude,
but it would have been a small role.
This is fucking. I can't think of. I'm looking.
But I remember watching Wishmaster, going, "Oh, it's that fucking dude! I love his accent. Where the fuck have I seen him?" It was like a gangbang. It might have been Blood In, Blood Out, or some shit like that. American Me, something like that.
He was in Toy Soldiers. He was in Graveyard Shift. He was in Another 48 Hours.
Oh, that's what it was. There you go. That's what it was. He was a biker. He was a crazy fucking biker in Another 48 Hours.
His character name is Cherry Gans.
Yeah. He was Gans' brother from the original 48 Hours. Have you seen the original 48 Hours?
I haven't seen either of them.
No Rocky. No Godfather. No 48 Hours.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I've seen Best Defense.
Okay, I'll give you that. You have seen that. That's crazy. Gregory Hines and fucking Chevy Chase. I'll give you that. Or no, Best Defense was Dudley Moore. Dudley Moore. Deal of the Century was the other one. Best Defense was Eddie Murphy and Dudley Moore. You're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, no
I had
one
to let my mind trip back to the 80s. Trip like I do.
No one liked Best Defense, man.
Trip like I. No, it was the Dip Gyro. It was a horrible movie, bro, but I enjoyed it because I love Dudley Moore. And I was coming off my, wow, I thought those author movies were supposed to be for adults, but a kid can enjoy them too. You know, the Arthur movies were funny.
Arthur was good.
Yeah, it was funny.
Was Dudley Moore in 10?
Yeah, he was trying to get Bo Derek.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to get Bo Derek, right?
See what I mean? God, I'm so old. I'm fucking aging myself that I remember this shit.
I love, like, we've literally got to answer. I got to answer super chats here.
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
His third time coming back here. What's going on? I just came back. I have no idea what's happening. It's called Go Back.
One more time. We got you, H-Word. I'm gonna mute my mic and go pee just to make sure it happens.
Yeah, let me. Jeez, wow. A lot of them here. Thank you guys, by the way. Appreciate you all. Okay, Ahsoka for $2. MCU back, baby. Yes. I mean, I don't think the MCU ever really went anywhere, but yeah, this is top tier MCU. We're back. 2026 is going to be a big year for, Spider-Man Doomsday. It's going to be breaking all the records and whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised at this point if Spider-Man Brand New Day ends up in the top 5 highest grossing films of all time. I could see it pushing out Titanic. I could see that happening. Let's see. Ahsoka here for 2 also says, so happy MCU Phase 6 has been fantastic. I don't even know what phase we're in right now, to be honest with you, but thank you. Mo, member for 51 months, says, sup you nerds, when does Spider-Chris debut? Soon. He's getting ready to shoot his webbing right now. Ahsoka for 5, thank you. Hope Disney buys Sony so we get full Spider-Man rights back with Marvel Studios. Sony's not going to buy, or Disney's not going to buy Sony, because Sony Pictures is Sony doesn't want to sell Sony Pictures. If they sell Sony Pictures to anybody, right, the rights revert back to Disney or to Marvel. So, because that's the deal. So basically, it's like they're stuck. Like, as long as Sony owns Columbia Pictures, they can make as many Spider-Man movies as they want. Right, I think they own the rights in perpetuity, so they don't need to keep making new movies. But they
Who's going to be dumb enough to sell the most popular comic?
Well, it's not if they sell to somebody else. It's if they sell to, like, let's say Universal wants to buy Sony. Sony would not be able to retain.
No, it goes back to Marvel.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't think Sony's going to sell. Unless they're real bad. But this movie making $1 billion in a week, that's putting everything else in the black. Thank you, though. Okay, Ahsoka for $2. Needle drop at the end of Supergirl made no sense. I completely agree. We're talking about in the middle. Call Me by Blonde is way better. H-Bart's $2. Thank you. Says maybe Jarbo is the new punk rock. No, I'm not new. I'm a classic.
He is. He is. He's the Hotel California.
Yes. The Eagles, man.
The fact that you know that. Well, everybody knows that. It's the Eagle. It's Hotel California. It's the most overplayed song in history. But
I like Hotel California, though. But
I liked it the first 200,000 times I heard it. Now I can't stand that fucking song because it's everywhere. Just
what song I hate?
Sweet Home Alabama. I don't want to hear that shit.
Whoa, fuck you! I listened to that again the other day. So although I will say, when I was younger, Sweet Home Alabama was like one of my favorite songs. The older I get, Freebird
They're not even from Alabama. You know that, right?
I don't care.
They're from Jacksonville, Florida, and that song is like considered one of the first diss tracks ever.
But that's Floribama.
No, it's because they didn't like Neil Young, and Neil Young's from Alabama. And they didn't like Neil Young.
No one likes Alabama.
Hardcore liberal.
RJ is from Alabama.
I like the South. I dig the South.
We're not talking about the South. We're talking about Alabama.
Well, I mean, I would venture a guess that people like Alabama more than they like Arkansas.
Probably. There's nothing in Arkansas. I had passengers I was taking to the airport the other day, and they're going to Arkansas, and I was like, "Wow, Arkansas!" And they're like, "Yeah, we know."
Yeah, we know. But I don't believe all the bullshit either. The stereotypes that everybody from Arkansas is dumb and it's nothing but meth country.
Have you not seen Bookie 2988?
No. Listen.
He's from Little Rock.
I have, and there are dumb, but there's also very intelligent people from Arkansas. The guy, that friend of mine that you got into it with, Mo. he's from Little Rock. He's very smart. He's just you guys and him clash because he's a Trump guy and a right wing guy, and you guys had that argument. But he's very smart. So not everybody from Arkansas is dumb. Is all I'm saying. It's not one giant meth lab.
I mean,
Although it is probably like half a meth
they're
lab.
in the bottom 5 for education.
I know, but that's because of how poor the state is. That's
Okay, fine.
people are dumb.
Not everybody in Alabama is dumb.
There you
Just
go.
the top 95%.
No, there's no E fourth. It's just Mo, M-O, a friend of mine.
Different Mo.
Yeah, different Mo. Him and Maddie got into a couple.
But not a hoe. But
Anyway, more super chats. Let's go.
yes. Okay, Ahsoka here. Thank you. Says, I hope Tom Rothman doesn't try to screw over Marvel Studios like he did. Can't stand the guy. No, he admitted today that their standalone Spider-Verse films suck and nobody wants them. So they're not going to do any more of them. They're just not. So he's kind of acknowledging defeat on that one. So that's good.
What was the first standalone Spider-Man movie?
No, it's Spider-Verse movie.
Oh, what?
Like Morbius, Craven.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I know what you're saying. I'm sorry. I thought you meant actual Spider-Man. Although I did, not going to lie, we went and saw it just as a goof and we ended up liking it. And that was Craven. We thought it was, dude was rocking the shit in that movie, man.
I want to see it for how violent it is.
It's super violent, man.
Yeah,
and it's got some great action scenes. Story's garbage, though. Anyway, more super chats.
Well, a lot of times those movies are. I don't know. I don't get how it happens. All right. So Ahsoka for 20 bones, buddy. Thank you so much for the support. Anti-MCU peeps against this movie is always how connected to the MCU. What is always how connected to MCU makes me laugh. I can tell how full of BS they are when they complain that it's an MCU movie and not a standalone movie showing true colors. I think, like, I honestly think in many ways, a lot of people, like, it's tribalism, but also a lot of people just don't really know what they want in many ways. So it's kind of like, it's like, look, I want there to be an interconnected universe. That's what we were promised. I don't like the idea of a soft reboot. I don't like the idea of going back on things you've already done. I can figure, you can reorient, right? And like tweak things as you go. That happens all the time, but like in the case of DC, they're just going to reboot again. We're going to get another Superman reboot in the next couple of years, most likely, and that kind of stinks because you're just like, really? Like, can we just get a fucking, just get a standalone,
I always try to look at it from an artist's point of view, Maddie. And there's so many different art forms. Music is an art form. Movies an art form. Doing the nails, airbrushing somebody's fingernails is an art form. But makeup is an art form. But I try to look at it like, okay, somebody busted their ass. Here's their shot. Whether it's Curry Barker or fucking the guy that did the fucking really bad guilty pleasure movies, the Resident Evil movies, Mila Jovovich's husband. He's an Anderson. No, that is Paul W.S., isn't it? Who's the artsy guy? Is also an Anderson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like this, the Steve Zissou guy, whatever. Anyway, I'm not going to lose my point. I'm not high enough. If I'm busted my ass and I get my shot to make a movie, I understand where they come from. You don't know what you want. Okay. The audience doesn't know what they want. We have to tell them what they want. That's a shitty way of saying it, but I busted my ass to be a director and a writer and all that. I'm going to make my movie the way I want to be. And if you say, that's not what we wanted, that'd be like me up in my attic and I do a painting or an amazing drawing that no one's ever seen or even knew I was working on. Then I put it in a gallery and somebody says, well, that's not what we wanted you to do. I imagine that's how Hollywood directors are starting to feel. I'm like, fuck you. That's what I would tell them.
Well, it's
my art.
Really, it's in many ways, a lot of these directors are hired simply to just do what the studio wants, right? They go on in, like, okay, you got to remember that, like, in the case of Marvel films, specifically Marvel films, everything is pre-visualized, everything is pre-storyboarded, everything is done, right?
PTA, that's the guy I was thinking of, Maddie. I'm sorry, but Paul Thomas Anderson, a real artsy guy. And then there's Wes Anderson, who's even more out there.
And then there's Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah, but he gives you guilty pleasures. He gives you popcorn shit that you're not
going to.
Here's
the thing. Would you rather watch a Paul W.S. Anderson movie or a Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
No, I'd rather watch Paul W.S. all day long.
I'd rather watch Paul W. Yeah, don't get
Give
me
me,
wrong.
give, me
well,
give me Three Musketeers over that shit he just did with Brad Pitt or whatever any fucking day.
he just did the One Battle After Another with Leo.
Okay, that one I actually liked. I thought
That one I
hate it.
really, really liked.
I should have hated it, and the first time I watched it, I fucking hated it. I was like, "This
had so
liberal
much
fucking
great
garbage, this woke bullshit. What the fuck?" And by the second and third time I watched it, Maddie, I loved it. I fucking loved it, and I got it. I was like, "Whoa!" See, every day I get a little more blue pilled because of you fucks. You know that, right? Every
Good.
fucking day.
Vote Democrat.
Super chats.
Yep. Okay. Ahsoka for 5. Thank you. Says, I like how Zendaya wanted rewrites to the script. They seem to want a better script, and I heard her parts are good. Yeah, with Zendaya, she wanted her character. She's only in the movie for like 13 minutes, but she wanted her parts to be more like MJ. Because I guess she wanted things to be more like her. And I think Tom Holland was a producer on the movie, so he
Here's
had
something I
say.
didn't know and didn't find out until yesterday on Instagram by accident. I had no idea Tom was married to Zendaya.
Oh yeah.
I had no fucking clue.
They've been married for
some reason I thought she was with Shyamalan Dune guy. I don't know why I was thinking she was with him.
Oh no. He's fucking one of the Kardashians.
Timothy Chalamet, that's his name. That's it. I have problems with names.
But he's literally fucking one of the Kardashians.
That's awesome.
I mean, I know.
But I'm getting better, guys. Ready? Wait for it. Mahershala Ali. See?
Wow.
I did it. But the other guy I can't do. From Serenity and all that. The other black guy.
Chiwetel Ejiofor?
That's a hard one, bro.
He's in he's the lead actor in Backrooms. He's great in Backrooms.
Yeah, no, that's why he's the reason I'll watch it. I love him.
Yeah.
There's a movie you guys have probably never even heard of that he's in called Red Belt. And it's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu movie. And he's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, well, I bet you haven't seen Kinky Boots.
I have seen Kinky Boots. He's the guy that makes the boots.
He's and he's
also a drag queen. Yeah.
It's a good movie. Yeah. I think Nick Frost is in that one. Okay. Thank you for that, Ahsoka. All right, Ahsoka. Again, I'm waiting for the digital release, but I'm fine if you guys spoil it. I can't wait to watch it. I mean, like, at this point, there's really nothing you can do to like spoil the movie, I don't think. But it's like I don't think there's anything big that's surprising. But I think the movie itself is a really good amount of fun to watch.
Then I'm the biggest dummy on the planet because I had no fucking clue Jean Grey was in this fucking movie. Dude. I didn't know.
It was all over the web.
I stayed off of that. I went in blind.
You've been
Spider-Man.
Yeah, you were almost like really blind going in too.
Yeah, almost. Diabetes is a motherfucker.
Rational for 5 says thank you. Mark Ruffalo spoke to Daniel. It's Destin Daniel Cretton about a potential solo Hulk film. If that film happens, you think She-Hulk will be in it? No, because he was just saying he has ideas, but like it wasn't anything in any kind of official capacity. Universal has the right of first refusal for a solo Hulk project, meaning like Marvel could say like, hey, we want to go make a Hulk movie, and then Universal's like, okay, we want to distribute it.
What's her name?
Then, whose name?
She-Hulk.
Oh, Tatiana Maslany. You mean the actress, or you mean the name of
the name
She-Hulk?
of like She-Hulk?
Oh God.
Right. Anyway, I really enjoyed She-Hulk though. I did. I'm
one
of the few people. I thought it was funny as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
it was.
I'm bummed we're not getting another sequel of that one, but
I am bummed. But Tatiana needs to shut the fuck up.
Well,
shut up.
Listen, you can cancel Hulk all you want on that one. I'm just glad that we got hardcore Daredevil for Daredevil fucking, Born Again, right?
Yeah.
But,
I was like wow.
But I enjoyed seeing Charlie Cox in that role as well. I thought he could do lighthearted, and he could do it pretty well. But I think we're better off. All right. So Ahsoka here for 5 says, people were starving for good superhero movies in the MCU. I disagree. I think everyone has been fine.
I think they were good. They didn't make money. People weren't going to come out
but
to
they
see.
were like, but they're not going to come out for characters like Fantastic Four anymore.
No, they're not going to. Yeah. Fantastic Four is so unless you're a diehard comic book guy, you don't even really know that much about. I don't know shit about Fantastic Four, and I never really did like them. Thunderbolts. I went for one reason and one reason only, and you guys know what it was. Her name's Florence Pugh, all right? I loved her. She stole every scene she was in Black Widow, and I was like, give me more of that. I want more of her. Give me more Hawkeye. I want more of that. And I was always okay with Sam being Cap, so I'm in. It just, for some reason, people aren't going to come out to see those characters like they would a Batman or a Spider-Man or even a Superman. I just think that's what it is. The only guy that's really ever been successful at bringing in, well, no, shut up, Chris. Jon Favreau did it with Iron Man. He was a C-level character until these movies. And he blew the fuck up.
But to be fair, Iron Man did have an animated series in the 1990s.
Yeah,
So
and people dug Iron Man. I mean, I dig Iron
and
Man.
it wasn't like Iron Man, so it was like an unknown character, right? But then again, so did Fantastic Four. They had an animated show in the 90s that wasn't anywhere near as good as Iron Man. Because, like, I mean, in the pantheon of animated series in the 90s, obviously X-Men, then Spider-Man, then Iron Man, then Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four just did not age well. And then the first movie was a lot of fun. The 2005 movie was a lot of fun. The sequel wasn't anywhere near as good, but we got Iron Man in 2008, and that just kind of like set the bar for those movies. But also in 2008.
Thank you, Robert. He's the reason. I don't care what anyone says. Thank you, Robert Downey Jr.
Well, no, but again, Robert, here's the thing. When I talk about the underdog, right? What Robert?
Oh, he's
Downey
a huge
Jr.
underdog story, bro.
Massive
Heroin
underdog.
addict, prison.
Yeah, and
What,
so that
written
was also
off?
but think about that. That's also something that helped sell the MCU.
When that was his idea to improv that line about from the ashes of whatever, never has a phoenix metaphor been more personified. That was him talking about his career.
Well, that was also
in Iron Man too, but he was
like
also talking about the cave stuff. But that's how smart Robert Downey Jr. is.
Well,
I
yeah,
always
but you
tell
also
people
got to
this.
remember that most of that movie, the first movie, was all improvised anyway.
It's Robert Downey Jr. Guys, I grew up with him. So, and Maddie, you probably grew up with him a little bit, but the first thing I ever saw him in was Weird Science. And I always thought, oh, Nepo Baby, because I know his dad directed some shit. Then you watch him in something like Pickup Artist or Less Than Zero. Less Than Zero is when I knew he was going to be a phenomenon, even at a young age. And
what was that one he was in with? It was like two guys and a girl, or two girls and a guy, or whatever it was. It was that
where
one
they were.
He was like cheating on two girls, and like they end up like finding out, and then like they have a three-way or some shit.
Yeah. I and there's the one where the priest, but I think.
Well, he was Chaplin. He did Chaplin.
Yeah, and his career was like really on the rocks, man. And everybody said Leo's the prodigy. When I was young, I had to hear about Growing Pains and Leonardo DiCaprio. He's the prodigy. But before Leo, there was Robert Downey Jr. Go watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That's all I got to say.
That's what brought him back. But one of the interesting ones that he was in was he was in Ally McBeal, actually. He was the love interest on Ally McBeal.
He was the villain in U.S. Marshals.
That's right, he was. But this was after
such a good villain, bro. I was like, oh, this evil motherfucker, bro. I love Robert Downey Jr. and I think that he's the reason we got Iron Man was such a success. And Jon Favreau, of course. I'm not gonna take away his fucking kudos, but it's just that for some reason people won't. I was gonna say James Gunn's the only one because of Guardians of the Galaxy, and he likes to do those obscure, really weird, types of characters and try to make them big. But you can't do that with everything, James. And that it's showing. He made me give a fuck about Peacemaker. I hated that motherfucker in the Starfish one, the Suicide Squad. That's the one with Dunn, right? There was Suicide Squad. Like, yeah, but I forgot that Jon Favreau was like, man, I see Robert Downey Jr. and I see Tony Stark, and no one will ever unsee that now. Go ahead and try to bring us another Tony Stark. You won't be able to do something like that for 20
that's
30
why.
years.
But the thing is, though, is like I think that's why they're bringing Downey back as Doom. They want to make sure that he, because they know that he's going to be a crowd pleaser. They know he's going to get butts and seats. Right?
There's not really too many movies he's ever been in and I don't love, Maddie. Like there are a lot. I mean,
the Shaggy Dog.
Well, that and the fucking one, Dr. Dolittle one. I didn't like that. But there's one out there called The Judge that everybody's asleep on. And his dad's Robert Duvall. And it's phenomenal.
He produced that movie. Downey Jr. produced that movie.
And then the one with him and Jamie. The guitar player, like the homeless and the guitar. That was crazy. I can't remember what that one's called.
I'm still waiting for a third. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a third fucking Sherlock Holmes movie.
Yeah, no, those are excellent, right? Those are great, excellent movies.
I'm like, it's been 7 years since fucking Endgame, man. Like they should have already done that. All right, let's keep moving on here. Ahsoka says, I can't wait to watch Spider-Man Brand New Day, Vision Quest, and Avengers Doomsday. Yeah. The fact that Vision Quest puts the end on Wanda story, that's going to be interesting. But I expect Vision Quest to also bring us the end of Paul Bettany's Vision. I don't think we're going to get any more out of him after that, unfortunately. Ahsoka here also says Midnight Suns. That game failed. The game bombed, unfortunately. Which it does suck that it did bomb.
Yeah, because I looked at it and tried to figure out how to play it. It's very, very steeped in RPG stuff, but it's also a card flopper game.
Well, it's also fucking it's very much it's like if you know anything about XCOM.
Yeah, no, I do. That's just high tech D&D, bro. Super high tech D&D. That's all it is. I know a lot about XCOM.
It's not high tech D&D.
Yeah, XCOM. It's where you build the cities and shit, right?
No, that's SimCity.
No, it's turn based, and you have to build it's like a tower defense meets D&D type of thing. That's not what XCOM is.
No, XCOM is a turn-based strategy shooter.
Oh, it's a shooter. Okay, I thought it was like a tower defense type of thing.
No.
But
I mean, let's see here. I can buy Midnight Suns right now for $16.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap.
It's $15.99, or if that's with Games Pass, or it's going to be without Games Pass, it's $80.
Wait, is it really? Due date's
they have a sale. They have a sale going on right now for it.
No, I'm talking about, is Due Date really a sequel to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
No, who the fuck said that? What the fuck?
H parts. Because I've seen Due Date. It's betrayal.
No, it's not. It's not a sequel to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Due Date is a remake of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Parallax just made me laugh. Betrayal.
I don't know. Parallax can get boys drunk.
That's a Halo thing to me, but just the way he put it in all capitals. Betrayal. The only thing better would be like,
think of Super Mario and Rabbids. Yeah. I've got both of those games as well. Meant to say we might be getting an MCU Midnight Suns. Well, that's been a rumor for a while. Obviously, Ghost Rider, Blade, whatever. I don't know if we're going to get that. I think if the game would have done better, it probably would have done better. I'm gonna buy it.
Whereas Wolverine's probably gonna fucking fly off the shelves.
Yeah, but I'm not. I do not own a PlayStation 5, nor do I intend on getting a PlayStation 5. So that is a sale that they will not be getting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't. I'm not even fucking worried about this shit. I don't give fuck. Fuck Insomniac for that fucking goddamn exclusive bullshit.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I ain't doing it. I mean, I will say this. I'll tell you what. If I start getting to a point where I can get my Twitter earnings up to a couple $100 every couple weeks, right? I'll buy a PlayStation 5.
And I paid so much for mine, Maddie, but I've already told you guys that story. It's I am $1,500 for a console, but I'm very happy with my purchase.
It's not to say that I wouldn't be happy with the PlayStation 5, but my whole beef with the PlayStation 5 is a couple things. One, like the price. Two, I think the design is one of the ugliest goddamn things I've ever.
It's not a pretty. Well, if you put it on its side, it looks pretty good.
It's it's uggos. Yeah. It's uggos and uggos and uggos. And so I'm not a big fan of that. The whole physical disk drive thing, I don't care about. Like, look, I know people. I'm a physical media guy, but on games, it doesn't make any sense.
It does. What are you talking? I mean, it does, bro.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does.
How? Okay. Hold on.
Go play a 360 game on your Xbox One. Go on.
Go find them.
Exactly. Exactly. You got to have an Xbox 360 for that, right?
No, you don't. I can play them. Nope. I can get them. Most of the Xbox
emulate them.
Are on Xbox One or on the Xbox Series X.
A lot of them are, but
they're emulated. Yeah, sure, but it's at
the
same time.
The more we go forward, those old things.
But the backwards compatibility is not something that is applicable in many cases, right? The PlayStation,
and you need the physical media for that.
No, hold up though,
because I can't play a TurboGrafx 16 game.
PlayStation 4 does not play PlayStation 3 games.
That's because they went next gen. The tech became just too much.
But you're telling me, so what you're saying is go find a console that is 20, 30 years old and then find games for that console and hope that it fucking works.
That's why you save your games.
That doesn't mean
physical media is important.
But we're talking about new games. All right? There's no conceivable world where you can put 200 gigabytes of GTA 6 on a disc.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
and then
it'd
have
be
that
like 4
available to
discs.
play.
Yeah, yeah. I understand what you're saying, but
And
I'm
then
saying
never mind then all the updates.
you're
that they-
saying new games. I'm just saying new games will become
I'm
old
saying
games.
new games are the big thing, right? I'm saying
New games
new
will
games,
become old games, bro.
but eventually they
Okay.
stop making old games. They stop. They don't manufacture new versions of them.
There's
And you
no
still have to-
there's no servers for Xbox 360 anymore.
But not only that, they shut down the PlayStation Portable.
That I
marketplace.
never understood. That was a great.
Because that was only available on the PS3, right? They locked it to a console. All right, and it's like they've again, it's like I'm not against having physical of anything, but we have to think about things from a practical standpoint. If your hard drive on a console is like 2 terabytes,
Yeah,
game
no, that's what it's gonna be too eventually.
right? You got to pick and choose what you download and shit, right? Because you got to, whatever. The biggest
I have a
problem,
terabyte and I still have to pay Tetris with my games, bro. I got to shuffle them around, delete
yeah,
something
no,
for a while.
exactly,
It's
because they're so
crazy.
big, and you want to
Yeah.
put that on a physical disc.
And I got
Right?
a terabyte.
You can't fucking upgrade. You can't update a physical disc. You can't do it.
Well, I
You
just meant that I think that like if you had an Atari as a kid and you saved it and had all the games, you could still plug that motherfucker in.
Well,
and play
yeah,
it. And
but
you got those emulators you can buy now in
And
the
that's
stores.
fine, and that's never changing. That part's never changing. You will always have that. You own it. It's physical, right? You own it. But we're talking about like the next version of things. You
Even the
have to
Xbox
understand-
One, the original Xbox One, it's a good thing you have physical media on them because a lot of those games you can't play. It says you need a next gen console.
I think the Xbox, I think what do they do? What do they do on the
It went
Xbox? I know
Xbox One, then it went Xbox One
No,
X,
no, no,
then
I
it
know,
went
I know.
X.
Yes,
The names are so fucking confusing.
I'm not even talking. I'm talking about the technology because I believe what happens is you put the disc in and then it downloads the game from the marketplace.
yeah,
and it emulates
hard
it onto the thing. So you're really not playing off the disc. So for example, I bought Dead Island 2. I bought
Oh
it.
wow! If that's true, then there is no reason to buy any physical media. If that's
Right?
true,
Check this out. I bought Dead Island 2 Day 1 edition. I found it on sale for $8 sealed. Day 1 edition of Dead Island 2. I just beat it the other day. Really fun game. But that game, I put it into my console, and you know what it does? It boots it up, and then it downloads 80 gigabytes to my hard drive, and it's just using the disc to authenticate that I purchased it. That's it.
yeah, then that's crazy.
So is
'cause
that
you need a
physical
server
fucking
for
media?
that? Yeah,
Is that
no,
physical fucking media?
no, it's not.
No, it's not.
I didn't know
And
that was a thing, though. That's a
And
thing.
this is the thing. And so this is why when you buy fucking Grand Theft Auto, right? If they just would have put a disc in there and the disc that costs 2 cents to fucking manufacture and that just has a key code on it for you to download the fucking game, I don't think there'd be as much of a problem. The biggest problem here is that there's no resale ownership for digital properties. That
Holy
needs to
shit,
be the
man. I did
argument.
not know that. So new
No,
games, you're right. There's no reason to buy them.
That's the whole thing. You need to have an argument for reselling digital, right? A marketplace to go and sell your digital to somebody else. That's what they need to focus
That's a
on.
good idea. Make an app, motherfucker.
Right? No,
Become a
they
billionaire. Make that
no,
app.
no, it's not even making an app because it has to go through the proprietary, the ecosystem of the consoles, right? So Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, Steam, whatever. You have to be able to go in there and be like, I'm selling my code to some other person. Now, what they could do if they want to do this, they could go, okay, fine, we'll take a percentage of that, and that's our cut for being
Yeah,
able
it's
to.
it's like a curator, a museum. I get it.
Yeah, kind of, right?
I mean,
Yeah, and I can see
Aztec,
that.
I agree with you. The Raspberry Pi stuff is good. For emulators, because I've tried emulators, Maddie. Have you ever done emulators? Some of them are fun and some of them suck. But
So Nintendo tried that and failed. They haven't tried anything like that yet. They haven't. They
no, a
on the-
marketplace for digital sales.
on
I
the-
love
on
it.
the- no. But on the Switch 2, they've got a similar idea to that, where your cartridge is just a key code. Okay, the cartridge is just a key code, and so you could sell that to somebody else. You could trade it to somebody else, provided that disc or that cartridge is in the console. Then the console will recognize it as being bought and paid for, and it's authenticated. So that's what they're doing with that. So you can't get you have to still download the game. All you're getting on that cartridge is the fucking key code.
Oh my
That's it.
God, you will have nothing and you will like it. That kind of shit pisses me off. I didn't know that's what they were doing, Maddie. There's no sense in buying physical media now. Then
There's
as far as games, there's no reason why.
As far as games are concerned, the answer to that is no. There's
yeah,
not.
fuck them. Fuck them. I didn't know they were doing that.
As far as games are concerned, otherwise, music and movies and comic books and fucking graphic
Yeah, that's
novels
different. But games, no, you're right. That's just dumb.
yeah, anything where there's an expanded medium of data that you need to have. All right, like because imagine this. People are like, oh, I want my physical, and they're like, all right, well here, buy Call of Duty fucking 28. And Call of Duty 28 comes.
But really, it's just an empty case, man.
No. Think of it like this. Right? Think of it like this. You get Call of Duty 28, and it comes on a fucking disc. Okay, and you install it, and everything you need is on that disc. No updates happen. You can log online, whatever else. Okay, and you play it, and then all of a sudden, it's like, like you can't update.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you don't have the internet, you can't update.
I always felt that they were smart. Of course, people will bitch about it, even though the same people are being, $600 for GTA is fucking stupid, $80 for they're still going to go buy it. I don't know why they don't sell them separately. Here's your campaign disc. That's going to be $40, $50.
Because they know. Because
here's your online disc. That's going to be $50.
I think if they sold Call of Duty as as multiplayer only for $40, which is what I think is probably going to happen.
They've done it once before. Black Ops. One of the Black Ops didn't have a campaign.
No,
Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 had no campaign.
No, I believe Black Ops 4 had a campaign. I think they've all had campaigns.
No, there's no campaign on Black Ops 4. I swear to you.
Was there? Or is
you're talking to a Call of Duty junkie, bro. I had to wean myself off that shit. There was no camp. There was like little tower defense shit like that. There was no campaign on Black Ops 4.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're right.
And it still didn't. They didn't sell it for $40 though, did they? Mo, I think that shit. Parallax. How much was? I think you still had to pay the full $65 for that game too. But don't get me wrong. Black Ops 4 is really fun. It's super fun online. But I love the campaigns too. I want the campaign. Every Call of Duty game I ever bought.
Why did they not have a campaign for that?
I don't know. They something about the crunch. They were working so hard on the online stuff, they didn't have time to make a campaign. So they just told people it was just, I mean, at least they were cool enough to tell people ahead of time. There's not going to be a campaign. We're just letting you know, don't buy this and then go home and be like, oh, there's no campaign.
Specialist HQ, which details the backstories of multiplayer mode's characters. Its missions are set between Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3.
Horde mode.
Multiplayer component was the first in the series not to feature automatic health regeneration and introduced both predictive recoil and a new ballistic system. Cooperative Zombies mode also returned with 4 maps available. And then it featured a Battle Royale mode called Blackout. Was that the first? That wasn't the first.
That was the Blackout was like Nazi zombies, but with aliens. You were fighting aliens, and because people wanted something different, but then they bitched because they wanted zombies back. You know, like they did, and I love the Horde mode stuff. I do.
I don't know how in God's name anyone can fucking look at zombies and Call of Duty and be like, I want more of this. No, thank you.
No. Here's where I lost my interest in it, and I know a lot of people love zombies. I lost my interest in it when it went away from Horde mode and you had to run around and like figure out riddles and you got to put this bucket with this much water on this thing. And I'm like, how the fuck are people figuring this out, man? Like, I don't get it. I just want to shoot as many as I can until I die. You know, like that's like, but a lot of people love it. A lot of people go out and buy it just to play zombies. They don't give a fuck about the other.
Well, a lot of people, hey, they say a fool and their money are soon parted. I'm sorry, I'm a purist on that front where it's
I am too, and only a fool lets a sucker keep their money.
How do you know? I thought was OP.
If I shoot a zombie in the head, then I want that zombie to go down. That's why Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare is the quintessential zombie survival game.
Yeah, but I heard that you could play the campaign as a zombie. And everybody else is zombies too. It's a campaign, they were just reskinned as zombies. I think that's pretty cool. But all I'm saying is they got away with it. Okay. What's the name of the company that owns them?
Microsoft?
Call of Duty.
Well, Activision. But
Activision. That's what it is. Activision and EA
which is now owned by fucking Microsoft.
Yeah. They said, let's just try it. And they put it out. $60 for the game, $40 for the pass. That's $100 people went out and paid for no campaign. When they saw they could do that, they should have been. But here's the campaign disc. We'll sell you this one too. Like, fuck, bro. You know, I know a lot of people would have bitched about it, but I still think they would have bought it because there are a lot of people that still love the campaigns. The campaigns are fun.
No, there's
pretty cool
definitely
stories.
I mean, the campaigns are like something you do. You know, it's something you do. Just on its own, right? Yeah. I got a couple hours.
Oh, you're right. Blackout was the fucking
It was like the battle royale.
Yeah, battle royale. That's what it was. It was what's the big game that everybody loves?
Fortnite?
Not Fortnite. There's another one though. Apex Legends. Yeah. That you're right. Yeah, you're right. That was Blackout. The other one was Aliens.
You know which one I kind of wish they would, was it Battlefield had a battle royale mode.
Yeah, Battlefield's fun too. Those campaigns are super fun, especially the Bad Company ones. The Bad Company ones are extremely
Bad
fun.
Company, if they're going to do they're working on a Battlefield movie, and I'm just going like, if you're not doing Bad Company, what the fuck?
No one's gonna watch it.
like if you're not doing, if you want to make money, just do Bad Company, because Bad Company is like essentially like the storyline of like Three Kings, but
it is, and they're all misfits. And you got the one that sounds like Larry the Cable Guy, and you got the crazy one that they're funny, dude. It's good, man. Yeah.
Oh no, it's
Tournament.
great.
That's old school shit. Unreal Tournament. I never played that.
Yeah. Yes. Battlefield is greater than COD. Unreal I liked, but I'm not a big fan of like the boomer shooters. I don't know why. It's like even the new Doom games never really fascinated me that much. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay,
no, you know what? They're not that great.
Well, no, I mean, a lot of people really, I don't know what it is.
They're fun. They're just not that great.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about the Doom 2016, and they didn't. The Doom, was it Eternal, and whatever the new one was, I don't even know. I just kind of felt like, okay. Like it lost me after like an hour. Like the gameplay loop didn't really get me, you know. But I mean, it is what it is. It's not for everybody. Okay, let me move on here. Soka for Fiverr, thank you, says, I hope we get Doctor Strange 3 and Strange Academy show movie announcement. I'm a huge fan of the magical supernatural MCU Marvel comic side. I don't know why.
Can handle it.
No, shut up. It's not you, but them. I feel like they don't, even though Doctor Strange 2 made almost $1 billion, they haven't done anything with Doctor Strange in a while. There hasn't been any mention of that.
I think they're so busy with the Doomsday stuff. You know how hard it must be for those two guys to get all those actors together, film all those scenes, make it out on the due date that they said it was going to come out on. Like, fuck yeah, man, they're busy as fuck over there at Marvel.
They shoot the movie on green screen. So it's
there are some sets. What are you talking about? There's some sets. Go look at Infinity War or fucking Endgame. There's a whole documentary about some of the sets that were built. You know, like Josh was like,
well, yeah,
these are amazing. Yes,
they build the sets, but they build them inside of a sound studio.
They do build them. Are you thinking they're going to use that new tech? The
no
Mandalorian tech?
No, I actually think the volume is largely dead for anything significant. Even in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, they didn't use it.
Wow, that's crazy. All they did was shit talk about how great it was when it first came out, and I enjoyed it. It was good looking shit, man.
It's good looking shit, but the problem though is that it's kind of like the thing with the Mandalorian was it's maybe it looks a little bit too realistic.
Well, I remember we had a theater in St. Louis when they re-released I want to say Fellowship, and they did it in some weird 48 frames per second. I don't know.
No, they did that for The Hobbit. They had
and I watched it and I was like, yo, this feels like I'm watching a soap opera from the 70s, man.
Yeah, it was a very bad idea. They did the 48 frames per second, like the high frame rate. That was something that they tried to do with The Hobbit back in 2012. And no one liked it, right? That's why
it was cool. I was like, "Whoa, this is a cool idea," but no one's going to sign up for this.
It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. Like,
no, it's something different. Like, I meant, why didn't they finish the trilogy, the prequels in 3D? We only got one of them.
I don't
Or
know.
did we get 2? No, I think we only got 1. And people were waiting for Revenge of the Sith and do it in 3D, see what happens. Because I remember the 20th
I thought we were talking
anniversary.
about
We
Lord of
all
the Rings.
we all went and saw it.
You're talking about fucking. We're talking about Lord of the Rings. You went over to Star Wars.
Because a lot of times they don't finish something. Now, what was so bad about them not finishing the trilogy in 3D like they did? I'm just saying new ideas. That was a time when they were throwing out a lot of new ideas, and I don't know why. They were like, "Hey, we're going to do 48 frames per second on Lord of the Rings. We're going to remaster the remasters of the remasters of George Lucas's remasters, and we're going to make them in 3D." And they only made 1 movie in 3D, and I think it was just for the fucking pod racing. When everybody, what did they really want? They wanted Revenge of the Sith.
Like, I need to see Revenge of the Sith in fucking 3D.
Dude, that fucking Duel of the Fates alone would have been worth the price of the ticket in 3D.
Well, I mean, that's
Mustafar. Come on, man, in 3D, that would have been dope as fuck.
Duel of the Fates is Phantom Menace.
I know, but they also call the final battle Duel of the Fates because they use the same music.
Did they?
I think so.
I've seen it. John Williams is not one to usually reuse scores. I mean, themes.
Really? Because the beginning of every Star Wars movie sounds exactly the same to me. What are you talking about?
Well, that's different. That's the theme score.
All right, I give you that. I give you that. You win. You're right. It is the theme. That is the
Leia
theme
has
song.
a theme that he'll reincorporate and reinterpret in different ways for different movies, but whatever. Okay.
Spherical said, I stopped paying attention during the. Fuck you, Spherical. How about that? Mute him. He's in timeout. Put him in timeout. And put Parallax in timeout too for calling us boomers.
Well, I'll just tell
how quickly they can turn on you, Maddie. You know firsthand.
That's okay. I'll just tell H Barts that it's time with Parallax, and Parallax knows what that means. All right, hold on here. Okay, so Ahsoka for 10, thank you. Anti-MCU fandom has become one of the most pretentious and obnoxiously loud fart sniffers I've ever seen. They are never happy with MCU, and my response is, don't watch it if you hate it. Well, it's kind of like
they do it on purpose, bro. It's rage bait. It's classic rage bait.
A lot of it. Well, there's a lot of that too, and a lot of it is
it's the fucking rage bait blueprint, Maddie. It is. They find anything big that everybody loves and they shit talk it to get engagement. It's that is true. Formula.
Yeah, that is true. I would also make the argument though that in many ways, they're passionate, but they complain, but they still go and see it.
Exactly,
right?
Koontz. They are fucking paid to hate it. They are paid to hate it.
Well,
the only one that got smart and said, look, if I'm going to be hated, I'm just going to make a fucking Trump channel. Jeremy owns the whole company. He almost never talks movies or games anymore. It's all about Trump. And he literally said, if I'm going to be hated, I'm just going to make a channel where I'm hated all the time anyway. And Jeremy's the only one that seems to have broken away from that. And he's still a douche nozzle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like eventually,
I loved it when you put the screws to him, bro, that night.
I mean,
right after I left. It was right after I left.
I would make the argument that that once Trump is out of office, a lot of those channels are going to die because they need Trump to keep going, and there's no one that's going to be able to replace like Trump in regards to MAGA. No, so a lot of that stuff's going to kind of start to taper off because there's no one charismatic enough on the right to be able to handle all of that shit. So the infighting will kill it. So I'm okay with that. Can I translate what Chris is saying? No, I don't know.
You guys know exactly what I'm saying. You goddamn well know what I'm saying.
Hold on. Here we go. I'm ready to go to bed, Chris. I'd have gone to bed long ago if I were bored. So double damn you, Chris. Yeah, fuck you.
I'm sorry. Wow. Welcome to the Chris Jarbo Show.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It is now officially my youngest's birthday. So I gotta start wrapping up. We're doing a bunch of stuff with her tomorrow. She's all excited.
Hey, we talked about all the shit we wanted to talk about, and everybody knew what they were getting into when they saw me on the panel. So
yeah.
Did you read all your super chats?
No. I'm still going through. People have been very supportive, especially Ahsoka. Thank you. Putting H parts to shame. Wink, wink, nudge. I'm kidding.
Wow. At least you threw the wink, wink, nudge that part in there. Maddie's got. Listen, guys, we got to do a Kickstarter or GoFundMe to help him get on his next cruise.
No, it's already. My cruise is paid for.
Well, before I leave, I'm going to say this much: you are not a lazy man. You work your fucking ass off. You deserve that vacation.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to taking it, but I have to now. Once I got it, it's the cruise itself is paid. Now is like the flights, the hotel, the fact that we're going down there on the opening day of Doomsday. That's going to be very tough because I don't know how I'm going to be able to go see it, and then I'm going to be on a cruise for 8 days and come back and be like, try to rush out to go see.
If these
Doomsday.
cruise people were smart, I'm just gonna say this: those boats are fucking enormous. They are enormous. Build a theater in those motherfuckers.
Well, so here's the thing: if I was on a Disney cruise, then some of them do have a movie theater that show the latest Disney movie.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So
But I'm just saying, there's a whole new market out there, the ocean. You know?
Yeah, so if I was on a Disney cruise, it would be definitely a way for me to sit there and be like, yeah, I can make some fucking money, or I could go see the fucking movie. But I'm not.
Maybe you can stop at one of the ports, a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out in Mexico, and
That's not what I meant, motherfucker.
Leave my family, family alone, and be
like Costa Rica or something where you can actually.
I'm not
do
going
that.
to Costa Rica though.
I know, but I said something like Costa Rica. I didn't say get off your boat at Costa Rica.
Hey, if I could go to Costa
Last
Rica.
time, where'd you go? I think you went to fucking Alaska or some shit. Who
No,
the fuck wants to go to Alaska?
My last one was I went to Hawaii.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a 15-day trip.
That's pretty awesome, though.
That was pretty awesome. That was like, goddamn, that was like $8,000.
If I ever go to Hawaii, it won't be on a fucking plane. I'll tell you that. I'm going to fly one time this year and one time only, and that's to Ireland. I'm only doing it because my kid and because of Julie. And then I'm coming fucking back. And I'm going to take about 12 Xanax before I get on that fucking plane. I'm not even kidding. Whatever the line is right before you OD, that's where I want to be. Because I don't want to remember shit. I don't want to be on that fucking jet. I've flown to Dallas and San Antonio and places like that, but I ain't flown across no fucking ocean. We still don't know what happened to that Malaysian flight. It just disappeared. It's just gone.
Yeah, it disappeared in the ocean.
Yeah, in the ocean. Exactly. And what am I crossing if I go to Ireland? The ocean. So if I'm going to die, I don't want to remember that I'm dying. Like, did that make sense? You know what I mean? You motherfuckers know what I mean. Now I am getting a little high.
To be fair though, it is still considered the safest way to travel.
Statistically, but a town with only 300 people and 40 of them get murdered, that makes it the new murder capital of the world. You know what I mean? It's all numbers. It's not the safest. Okay. All right, fine. I'll give you, I'm going to give you people that say that. I'm going to give you that. But if I get in a car wreck, unless it's some giant fucking pileup, if I get in a car wreck, it's just me and maybe the people in the car with me that die and maybe the car I hit. If a plane goes down in the fucking ocean, 300 people are going to die. The numbers add up.
At the same time, what is life?
He called me Mr. T. That was funny. What is life? It's fleeting. That's what it is.
So, all right. Are you... Fuck. All right. Are you taking off? Because I got to get these fucking super chats.
Yeah, I'm taking off. I just want to
say you are more than welcome to stay. You are more than welcome.
No, I got to get some food in my system anyway and take my insulin and all that shit. I didn't realize it was.
Go have some protein.
Yeah, it's like fucking where I'm at, bro. It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah, I said go have protein.
Like 3 a.m. I know, but I don't like the way you said protein. Like I know what you mean, motherfucker.
It's fucking protein. Jesus fucking Christ.
No, you're telling me to go eat cum. That's what you're saying.
No, there's protein. no. It's a joke about protein and cum. There is no protein in cum. There's strands of protein, but not the protein that you need.
You guys be good.
Apparently,
read your super chats. I don't want to talk about cum anymore. I love you guys. Be good.
Oh my God. All right. Good night, Chris. Thank you. I don't even know what the fuck. Anyway, thank you, Chris. All right. Getting back into this here. Tom Holland and Zendaya making all that money and laughing at all the hate. Can see them saying you haters mad. Yeah, it'd be kind of funny if they did, but also they're smart enough to be like, they don't need to say shit. They don't need to say shit. They can walk away. Zendaya's in Dune 3. That's going to be pretty big coming out this year. She's got 4 movies this year that even she's like, I'm taking a break. People are tired of seeing my face. And they just got married and they take a long vacation, and then start working on Spider-Man 5 or whatever it is they're going to do next. And I think good for them, man. I think Tom wants to be a dad, and I'm not too sure she wants to be a mom. So I could see them having running into a few issues there. But they have good chemistry together. They have very good chemistry together, and I do like seeing them together. Thank you for that. Also, Ahsoka says, I don't like how the One Wish Willow isn't a monkey's paw. I mean, it is a monkey's paw. It's just a different variation of a monkey's paw. Curry Barker said he was inspired by the monkey's paw episode of The Simpsons, but then also Curry Barker tried to downplay what that was. It's a weird. He's like gone all over the place, but he's a funny guy, so I'm kind of okay. Ahsoka here also says, I hope that Curry Barker isn't a one-hit wonder. Yeah, that's the thing with that right there, is he's gotten so big, so massive, and there's no denying the success of his first, his first, feature film. Well, it's not his first, it's his first real feature film. And so, yeah, now he's going to have all of that on him for a very long time. And again, I wish him the best, but I really hope he doesn't drink or do drugs and just focuses on the work. Jess here is a member for fucking 59 months. Thank you. Says, I just hope Sony doesn't drag their feet releasing a physical copy of Spider-Man Brand New Day. They won't. They're going to put it out by September. It's going to come out at a decent time. They're not going to stop doing it. There's no point in them stopping doing it. They'll put it on digital first, obviously, but it's still going to hit physical. H Barts for 5, thank you, says, you were about to read my Superman chat, but you skipped it. Did I skip it? Well, I got to it now. Sorry. It's the conversation, but thank you though. Rational here says, I need to announce who the new Wolverine is and put him in the upcoming X-Men film. An X-Men film without Wolverine is like Justice League without Batman. Yeah, but was Wolverine on the original X-Men team? Because it was like, I know that it was Jean Grey, it was Iceman, it was who was on the original X-Men team? Let's see here. I'm trying to Google this. Original X-Men. All right. Was Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Angel, and Iceman. So I could see them not doing Angel and replacing Angel with Wolverine. But Wolverine was not on the initial team. And it just depends if they want to do that just yet. They may hold off on Wolverine for a minute, just as an FYI. But thank you. All right, Soka here says, Sony PlayStation brand is so overrated to me now. I completely agree. I was all full bore with the PlayStation 4. I thought, the Xbox went so far out of the comfort zone that I had for it that I didn't want to deal with it. And then ultimately, they just kind of let it go. They just kind of let it go. Greed and everything else. Ahsoka here for 5, thank you. Says, people complaining about Jean Grey just makes me laugh, since I can tell all these guys are tourists. I mean, I think a lot of people are used to like Famke Jensen or even Sophie Turner. But I think Sadie Sink did a really good job. And she, one thing I will say I noticed a lot about this movie, there's a lot more swearing in it, than I thought. There was a lot of swearing, which I thought was really interesting. But I thought Jean Grey was great. All right, this is for 5. Thank you. Says, for some bizarre reason, we got 6 god-awful Resident Evil films and 2 others following. They just keep pumping these things out. Yeah, that's because the Resident Evil movies grossed a lot of money. That's why we got them. Because they made a lot of money and they were cheap enough to make. And then the other 2 films that they did, what did the other do? They did Welcome to Raccoon City. And you're talking about the upcoming one. The upcoming one, they're hoping relaunches the franchise cinematically. I'm assuming they wanted to relaunch the franchise, but they're doing everything in their power to not make it a Resident Evil movie. So go figure on that. But thank you. Soka for 2. All right. Here's the last super chat of the night. Buddy, you've been super supportive. I really appreciate you. I support it. I thank you for everybody. It's crazy. Okay. Here we go. I left one about James Gunn. Oh, did I miss that one? Oh man, I'm so sorry, buddy. I'll go back to that one there. Okay. I left one super about James Gunn and the other one of Reed Richards. Left both of them way back. I don't know if you got them because I've been busy. Let me go back. Did I click on them and miss them? Hold on. I kind of got a little distracted. Here we go. DC hasn't had one hit since Gun, or one hit with Gun. I mean, what are we talking about here? It's like, if we're talking box office wise, Superman, comparatively speaking, according to the people in the industry, it was a hit. It was the number one DVD last year. The number one home video release of 2025 was Superman. I don't think we can make the argument that it wasn't successful. I just don't. But thank you. Okay, here we go. This is, I think, what I missed. Okay. Let's see. Now that Reed is in the MCU, Reed Richards, he can be the Spider-Man father figure since that's his real mentor. That will be really interesting to see what's going to happen with that. I am looking forward to Reed and Spider-Man meeting each other. I am looking forward to that. I think that's going to be really, really, really cool. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I got those, buddy. It's my bad. Okay. Okay, last one from Ahsoka. To clarify my Jean Grey tourist, I meant to say that they are saying she's a boss bitch when she's always been like that in the comics. Oh, I see. Okay. So yeah, you've got like, an opinionated woman and they all lose their shit. That sounds about right. We'll have to wait and see if, what happens in the next movie. I'm thinking some good shit there. Fourth here says Odessa Azion for Rogue. No, God, no. I don't want, no. I hope to God it's Kaylee Spenny. Not even that I care. It's her. I just don't want Odessa. I don't think Odessa's a good actress. She looks like she's confused all the time. Like, I know she's Pamela Adlon's daughter, and Pamela Adlon is funny as fuck, but like, I am just, no, I'm fine without it being her. Completely fine. Like, I keep her away from it. I'm entirely okay with her not being involved. That is my take on it though, but that is me. Okay, hold on here. All right. This says, I left the link in your vids gallery on Discord to show your AI video showcase. Let me check out my Discord. I don't even know if anything's going to fucking work, with what happened the other day with that weird splitting thing that happened. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I always funny when I log into Discord and I check the server logs and I see more people are leaving because it's just not active. It's very difficult. I just don't have time. So, okay. Let's see. Vids gallery. Let me take a look here. Okay. Oh, this is, oh God, Exo Squad Live. Okay. All right. Hold on. I kind of want to see this. You're going to have to let me know if there's an echo here. All right. You're going to have to let me know if there's an echo here. Hopefully it will work. Odessa does not look like Rogue. If Rogue was drawn by like Corky from Life Goes On. Sadie Sink, Jean Grey, what am up? What the fuck? I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what you're saying. Like, Sadie Sink is a good actress and she's like very pretty. I don't even know what you're talking about. All right. This is an Exo Squad AI concept trailer. Let's see how it is. If it does start doing that weird thing it was doing last time again, you're going to have to tell me. Okay.
It was a golden age for all mankind. Humanity reached beyond Earth. It was a golden age. We conquered Mars. We transformed Venus.
Doing it again.
And with the power of the E-frames, we believed our future was secure. Everything changed. Thrust into a nightmare. A war unlike anything in human history. Every empire creates its own reckoning.
Flying doesn't mean freedom.
We were attacked by our own creations. The Neo-Sapiens, an artificially engineered race created to serve humanity. Led by Phaeton.
Prepare to be destroyed.
The greatest weapons ever built will become survival. A new enemy has risen, stronger, smarter, determined to claim humanity's destiny as its own. When worlds fall, heroes are forged. Every pilot, every soldier, every battle will decide the fate of the homeworlds. Stand together or watch civilization burn.
We are the Exo Squad.
Built for strength, built for war, built to defend humanity.
There we go. Okay, so I muted myself because I think it's it had the issue, right? It had that.
For survival. A new enemy.
Did it? My disc. Hold on. Did it?
Humanity reached beyond Earth.
Yeah, it echoed again. I don't know what's going on. So I just kind of killed it. Can someone please tell me what's Exo Squad? It's a fucking it's a cartoon show from the 90s. Google it. What do you mean she doesn't look like Jean Grey, man? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Here we go. Here's Jean Grey. Doesn't look like Sadie Sink at all. You know, redhead, natural redhead, by the way. Teenage girl. You know, again, which iteration of fucking Jean Grey are we talking about here, right? Famke Jensen just had kind of a reddish brown hair, but like, which version of Jean Grey is it? Because it all kind of looks like look at this here. Jean Grey stops Magneto, Wolverine, and the X-Men. That looks like Sadie Sink. That's a version of that shit. That looks a lot like Sadie Sink. Look at the attitude right there. Right? It's just, come on, man. You're just talking shit to talk shit. You know, and then people are already like, you know, doing the artwork and stuff. Bring in Indy Navarrete as Mystique. I have a feeling that one's going to happen. So, Indy Navarrete as Kitty Pryde? No. She's got more of the, you know, the mystique, I think. She could handle that one a bit more. All right. Yeah. See, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I think I'm going to call it 2.5 hours because I've got to, again, got my daughter's birthday in the morning and I got to take care of all that stuff. So I will be on, probably tomorrow night because I know, what is it? I think we're doing laser tag and then we're going out to Red Robin. That's what my daughter wants. And then, for her birthday, we got her Splatoon Raiders. So I'll be playing that with her. She's 7. She is very excited for Splatoon Raiders. She was very happy tonight to show me her Mario Kart, world skills. So yeah, she's like, Dad, am I a pro gamer? You know, she's fun. So Mystique is an older woman, bro. She has 3 freaking kids. It doesn't matter. Hey Matthew, I had a bad day. Yeah, I know. Hold on, I'm ending the stream to go because it's my daughter's birthday. Hold on, I have to check something real quick here, because you know, I gotta check one thing. You guys might get a kick out of this. Let's see here. Am I still getting the mentions? Oh, yep. Check it out, boys. Look at this here. 2 hours ago, Anthony Chabot, right? $3 Theater Road to 2K, 5 views. What do you say here?
Bo, you're the reason why I'm not on Twitter because of you and Elon Musk. You are a bad father, Jarbo. I wonder why John Campbell blocked you, but you couldn't disagree with him. This is why I'm not on Twitter. This is why I'm on Twitter 3 years later, 3 years later because of you and Musk. You need to leave Washington and go back to California and unblock Campia, Bowler Boy, Anthony, out.
Does anyone even know? I know there's going to be feedback on that one. Does anyone even know what the fuck he's talking about anymore? Right? Like, this dude is he's just nuts, guys. He's just nuts. Anthony Chabot does pop cultures and opening. What other shorts does he got? What's so weird too is I'm not able to like click on his channel. Oh, here we go. Here's his other shorts that he's done. Why can't I fucking, what's going on here? I can't fucking scroll on the page. Let me just refresh that. There we go. Okay, so let's see how many people. How many? Because like I don't even fucking know. Here. Oh God, here we go. Indy Navarrete talks about. Hold on.
Like, I've seen this project of yours and this and this and this, and so I just really wanted to congratulate him on bringing back my favorite thing of Thunderbolts. And he's a very sweet person.
Is there a character you would love to play, or you grew up watching that you're like, oh, that would be such a dream, even if somebody already is playing it?
Oh, I mean, Mystique has always been super cool.
Kevin can F himself.
So there you go. That's it. So it's just, he's insane. Oh no, he mentioned me in a post. Here we go. He mentioned me in a post 9 hours ago, and then 13 hours ago, and then 1 day ago. Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all this. Right? What did he say 9 hours ago? Let's see. Right, John Campia while $3 Theater is in Washington working 9 hours ago. Where Matt Jarbo? Why? Fucking why, guys? Like, why? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. It's just holy shit. Holy shit, you guys. I don't know anymore. I'm surrounded by idiots. You know. Yeah, I just said that she was the daughter of Pamela Adlon. So she's a Nepo baby. She's a fucking Nepo baby. So there you go. Now you know, knowing half the battle, G.I. Joe. All right, everybody, have yourself a great night. Go get some rest. Go watch a movie. If you're Anthony Chabot, go get a life. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Peace out.